So we've got a couple of cars out on track already. This is a tricky little circuit, this one is, isn't it? So I got to say, this is going to be a cracking stuff indeed then. And so just take a look at that as well as just watching Infamous Pillars. And he won Master Martin's D. Can he go for 2 for 2 here tonight then? In the Ferrari, I got to say, is he going to the closest challenger to Dan Murphy? Well, this man is not shy of sticking his nose in a place where it doesn't belong, does he? Goodness me, look, remember Bahrain making his debut in silver when he was a reserve driver. My goodness me, this man just stuck his nose here, there, and everywhere. I gotta say, I love that as well. It's really good stuff indeed. As he is now coming around to the the second of the DRS zones. There's 2 DRS zones around here on the back straight in between turn 10 and 11. There's 11 and 12 then. Very difficult corner this is, isn't it? And that's where Young Lights and Cookie came to blows there last night, didn't they? But Cookie in the post-race interview said that it was his fault there. Now then, we've got Pillars that come through the final turn of 14 and is banked, isn't it? And Pillars are just flinging it out there and on to the start-finish race. Well, that is the second DRS zone then, or the first, depending on your point of view. It's Pillars has done 7 laps on those soft tires. Goodness me, I got to say that man has been practicing. Pretty impressively, hasn't he? 21 laps already. Goodness me, he went to have fresh tires in qualifying. I think Ferrari have messed up their strategy once again, haven't they? Oh dear, oh dear. As now we're back on board, and you can see the comments are flying in. I'm loving it, guys. Brilliant stuff indeed. That as Gordo is saying that prediction: 20 car pile up into turn 1, Bert Moilander, and will win the race out. I got to say, there's a meme I've just seen actually online about Bert Moilander. Of course, he said the one that is all the laps he's won led, and he's never won a race there. Of course, the only problem with that Gordo is that we've only have 19 cars in the session here tonight. We've also got Harry saying multi 21, Seb multi 20. Then, of course, that is the infamous radio call from back in 2013 in Malaysia as well, which is almost 7 years ago as well. Goodness me, I feel very old, don't I? That was the last time we ever had the V8 engine as well. Then I'm not sure what you guys think of the hybrid cars these days, but Formula 1 is still Formula 1. I do miss the naturally aspirated engines, but of course, I suppose you have to get with the times, don't we? 09.3 there for Pillars, and he is the first man to put a time on the board. Lovely stuff indeed. Then we've got a Haas out there with Gurman. We've got a Renault out there. Here comes Equal then, as Equals, or I think that is anyway. I apologise. First I've said his name then, so I've got to quickly pronounce his name as best as possible, but I can't even read simple words, let alone let alone anything beginning with E. His teammate FIFA Beef has gone second mode. Bloomstar is in third position mode, and Equals, I should say, is unfortunate valet this time, and he is coming back into the pits there. And that is a shame now for the Renault driver. We've got McLaren off. It's Baz who is, oh dear, I think he's just cutting the grass there, isn't he? As that is in the kinky opening stage of the lap, isn't it? For Baz, but I think he's just letting people out the way there, so very gentlemanly indeed then. Gurman, who has had the most pole positions this season, he's had 2 so far, and that was Australia and Bahrain. He hasn't been on pole position since Bahrain, albeit we're only on round 5, of course, and so yes, this is not a very long season, is it, so far? Of course, it's the longest season in ALR silver history and gold history and bronze history as well. But yeah, Gurman 2 pole positions so far in silver. Can he make a hat-trick here tonight then? We're on board Gurman. He was all lost at sea last time out in China. Can he now dust his overalls down and get himself back up there? And let's go then as he comes across the line. Gurman has done it 098 and Lights are saying a pole position prediction time of 087 there, and he has told me to remember that, and I'll keep that in the back of my mind then. There's a lot of things that do float in my mind though during the course of the session then, so I can't promise that I'll remember it by the end of this then. And yeah, I haven't got my capacity for my capacity of my brain is not very high, is it? Here comes Baz. He's got I got to say, this is probably one of the most cleanest drivers in ALR history. I think that I did start to work out a start before unfortunately real life work came into play. But I think up until so far this season, he is the man with the least amount of penalties accumulated in the race, and that's already off the track there. And oh goodness me, but I think he was just getting out of the way as well. It's so narrow, so you have to get your car completely off the circuit, don't you, around here? It's a very narrow, isn't it? As I said, it's old school, isn't it? It feels a bit like Estoril. I said that last night, of course, the old Portuguese circuit, especially turn 1, turn 14 and turn 1 as well. And as we also mentioned last night as well, the only race corner I know by name is Tarzan into turn 1. And now then as we're into the turn 11 and 12 as well, Baz is taking a bit of the curve there, the McLaren driver is and you can see then taking a lot of curvage on the outside. The Gold drivers weren't taking too much curve last night, were they? As I feel that that curve can potentially chew you up and spit you out there, so you don't really want to be on that curve for too long. As Gio goes 6th fast, Baz has gone 4th fastest at the moment, and as our two debutants are currently at 6th and 7th at the moment. Here is Gio then, a lovely hat, sporting a lovely helmet indeed. Equals is now back on track as well. We've also got the championship leader Murphy, who is also flying out there as well, as is Serious Mushroom. We're on board Serious Mushroom now as he's coming into the final stage of the lap. And Serious Mushroom's had an incredible start to the season, hasn't he? Now just keeping an eye to see what he's doing then. As Andres joined the session as well. He's a bit late then, Andres, and he'll be starting from 20th on the grid unless someone decides to disqualify themselves in this session, which has happened before. Here comes Mushroom. He comes across the line. He's currently 4th fast in the race end point. A lovely 7th then. Equals is currently in 13th for the money. He hasn't set a time yet. And here comes Murphy then in the beautiful black Mercedes then. Of course, that was the update we had a couple of weeks ago there, wasn't it? Of course, the first time that Murphy drove that black Mercedes was back in China, wasn't it? Last week then. Come out 14 as well. 4 beans on the accelerator. And he's in the pits there. And that teaches me for looking down and trying to sound professional there with my stats there. I should have been looking up then. Equals then is now into the final part of the lap as well. I think he's going to have another bite of the cherry here, isn't he? And we've got McLaren then, who is completely stopped at the back of the circuit there. I think there's Baz then. As Baz, I think he's just getting out of the way by it looks like, because he is completely, he ain't going to be able to get out to the pit lane. As now he's accelerated. I think he's just getting away there. Very good sportsmanship there from Baz. Baz. Goodness me, that was a former driver in a bronze, isn't it? Here comes Potato, and he is, of course, our Tour de Bronze. He is a former bronze champion as well, of course. Remember, he won it in round 8 in as Equals has just gone into 10th position mode. Lovely stuff indeed. Here comes Potato coming out of the final turn then, and here is the defending bronze champion, and he goes 2nd fast right now as Potato's really started to get a foot in this championship, isn't he? And I am loving that indeed then, as we've seen one of the Haas of Troy is the highest of the debutants at the moment. He is currently in 6th position. Lovely stuff indeed. Wilson there is looks like he's cruising, so we're going to leave him to it for the moment then. So we're on board with Ghost then. I got to say, Ghost, remember Ghost and Serious Mushroom for a fantastic lineup last season, and this season they both have stepped up a notch, but Serious Mushroom has been brilliant, hasn't he, of getting the car home. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for Ghost there, as he's had 2 DNFs on so far this season, so and really he's only had 1 points finish as well, which is definitely an appalling return of a man of his talents, isn't it, at this stage of the season. So hopefully Ghost can get rid of that bad luck that he's experiencing at the moment and get himself back on then. Gordo is already counted the number of times that I call turn 1 Tarzan. I don't know why, I just love the quarter name. I think it's brilliant. And coming out into 4, 11 and 12 as well. I thought Ghost was overshooting at them, but he slowed the car down absolutely beautifully as well. Ghost did. We've got a lot of yellow flags fluttering out there at the boat there, but we'll leave to it for now. Oh, Ghost has got 2 wide in 13, and he's invalidated his time, the Ferrari driver, so he's going to have to go around again. Look how busy it is in the pits. Here's the man who's on pole last time, here's Shane then, as he flies through the first part of the lap as well. The first split time is up here then, just before, and he's got a 30.2. Lovely stuff indeed then. And I think Gio just said he had some reason he had 20 laps in there, so I think he's just making sure that his car could get around there and get to the end of the lap. And good stuff indeed there from Gio. We're on board Shane. As I mentioned before, he had pole position there. He was a bit surprised by the pole position when we was interviewing him last week, wasn't he? But goodness me, it was really nicely done there. And he had a great old race as well, didn't he? Shane did, of course. He finished in a very incredible 2nd position. That was his first points finish of the season as well then. So he went from basically no points to an incredible podium. Can he do the same here tonight as well then? And here he comes up to the line as well. Shane does. He goes 3rd fastest, a whisker behind his teammate. The AlphaTauri boys are looking as strong as Arne Anderson. Toro Morosa there is into the first sector as well. Ghost there is looks like he ain't deploying too much out there as well. Murphy is in the pits at the moment then, as he is probably enjoying the sunshine, isn't he, Murphy? But he needs to get off his deck chair and probably get a lap in. He is back out on track. Lovely stuff indeed then. as now then we are flying down the back straight end. And where does Paynes go? He goes 12th fastest moment there in the Williams. And he started off so strong, didn't he? Ghosted in Australia. Unfortunately, goes to another man who started off really strong, and then unfortunately has kind of dropped back down the order, hasn't he? But let's see what he does then, because of course I'll be counting my chickens before they hatch them, which I do a lot of the time. So yes, I should really be. I think that we should definitely not judge drivers after on the first 5 races. Remember that we've had 2 new circuits in those 5 races as well. So we've got Toro Rosso, who is probably going to have another crack at that as well. So here comes Wilson, who is also starting us up as well. And you see in the background, no, he ain't. He's in the foreground. Toro Rosso's already in front, and look at this as he flies through the first sector. I've got to say, this first sector is fantastic. Into turn 5, then before it accelerates away. Look at this, it's going up and under, isn't it? As I mentioned last night, it's very much like a roller coaster around here, isn't it? On board of Toro Rosso then, as Toro Rosso has so far had a podium this season, I think, in the McLaren. It was back in Bahrain. He was definitely really putting the pinch on the eventual winner, Dan Murphy, wasn't he, Toro Rosso? But of course, can he achieve more heights then in this race and beyond as well? As just watching, we got Megu-chan there saying woo, as it's Pierre Gasly's mic there, as it was got to say Pierre Gasly's mic probably burst out, didn't he? But it's got Sam also in the chat as well. Hi, hello Sam, I hope you're having a lovely day. Unfortunately, Sam didn't do well, he got caught up in all the shenanigans of the safety car, and Toro Rosso there in the warning. Oh goodness me! And that car behind him, oh gosh, that car behind him with Wilson and the Haas there, almost went outside of him. And I don't, who was it? It was Wilson who's in 10th position. Well, Toro Rosso 5.5 minutes ago. It's such a short lap around here, so we should be all right. Here comes Murphy, and he puts it faster so far. He's 2/10 second in front of his nearest championship rival, which is Pillars. Lovely stuff indeed then. Here comes Gio, who's back out on track mode, and he's 6/10 of a second out. Lovely stuff there for Gio, as he is now into the final part of the course set, out of the turn 14 then. And now let's see what he can do as well. He comes over the line, and he is currently, he's gained 9/10 of a second, Gio has, but he is still in the drop zone. I haven't even mentioned about the rules. Goodness me, I need to slap across the face there. It's Harris out from Facebook. Lovely to join you on YouTube, my good man there. Yes, of course, I was speaking to Harris, who was, of course, from Malaysia as well. So welcome. As Pillars has retired from the session then. And I'm just trying to work out Malaysia. I think Malaysia's in front of us, suddenly. So it's going to be... No, it's probably quite late on at night, isn't it, over in Malaysia? Because, of course, you have to get up early in the morning, didn't you, to watch the Malaysian Grand Prix? So I don't know what time it is over there. It's probably about midnight, isn't it, in Malaysia? By the way, that is a finger in the air kind of guess then, so I could be absolutely wrong, which I normally am. We've also got Ben Greener saying, where is No Brainer? I don't know. I don't really have a brain, to be honest. But there you go. Unless, it's Ghost there. It's just going into turn 12 as well before accelerating away. They're not taking too much curve there. This is Ghost's second bite of the cherry in the Ferrari then, as he is now into 13, and he doesn't want to take too much curve there because it's all about, is that Red Bull there? It's just going very acute there on the inside of 14, and then Ghost there improves to 13 fast at the moment there. In the drop zone, we don't have Razor anymore because he's putting himself up to 12 things. Good stuff there from Razor. Lovely stuff there from Alpha. Hasn't got any points so far, Razor. So can he put that wrong right here tonight then? And that has to be the aim, doesn't it? Bloomstar currently in 12th position at the moment then. I don't think we've seen Bloomstar's true potential out there. Serious Mush now, I think was just trying to see what he can do out there as he is bound in that lap and come back into the pits then as well. Then it's oh goodness me, Harris saying it's 10 to 3 in the morning, but nothing could stop me when it comes to F1. Goodness me, and I got to say that's very good commitment. God, 10 to 3 in the morning. God, I'm usually fast asleep by then as well. The only time I'm ever up there is usually when it's Australia, isn't it? Remember, I think Australia used to be on quite early in the morning, didn't it? Before they put the start time back. But yeah, I'm sure it used to be on it like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, didn't it, Australia? But yeah, good stuff indeed there from Harris from Malaysia as well. It's great to have your company here tonight as well, and I do enjoy your input. I enjoy everyone's input, and of course that's what it's all about, isn't it? I'd love to hear your your opinions on what is occurring in this qualifying session, and of course the race, which is coming up just in a jiffy as well. Then Ben Greener saying, "Get me in quali, I'll take 20th position there." I think that I think we've got a full grid, believe it or not. So Andre unfortunately joined quite late on as well. Then we got 2.5 minutes to go. Then Bloomstar is 8 seconds down. Then oh goodness me, he's damaged the end plate now on that Mercedes, and Bloomstar there having a bit of a difficult start in his debut here for the Bronze League, bronze for the Silver League there. Of course, I do kind of wish the week away normally because of having to get up and everything, but yeah, of course I don't wish away Mondays or Tuesdays or Sundays. And Tormar Rossa there, and he's in. And he is out. To be honest, there he was going this way and that way, and unfortunately in the end, the car just couldn't live with it, and he's into the Armco and into the wall there, and he's right in the middle of the circuit as well. Then Tormar Rossa, so that's not good at all, is it? Ghost there. Looks like he's recovering back to the pits then. We got outlets for V Todd, who's on the custom. We've also got Paynes out there as well. And we've got Gio back out at the moment now. So this is going to get very tasty indeed, isn't it? So V Todd then is the first man out on track at the moment then as well. As we're just on esports riot saying Ben Bro, I'm here, I don't race in this yet then. Oh, good stuff indeed. Then we've also got Andre saying, I hope I can get a last to first challenge, a charge through the field then from Andre. Of course, Andre starting 20th on the grid after it looks like he had a couple of issues of getting into the session. Well, Darren also saying evening Sean and everyone, good evening Darren, I hope you're having a cracking day as well then. V Todd is 2/10 of a second up there in the first intermediate split time. He is the man in danger at the moment, but he's got a 5/10 of a second deficit on himself in Paynes. I'm expecting Paynes to improve, and Bloomstar as well, who's on and out that then. I've also got Gio as well. Tormar Rossa is already up then. He is pitched it into the hedge, hasn't he? So Tormar Rossa will be 19th on the grid there. Andre and Tormar Rossa on the back of the grid. Goodness me, they're two very talented drivers there. Unfortunately, near the back then as well then. And now then, as we're on board then with V-Todd, as he's coming through the final part of the corner as well, and he comes up to the line, and what can V-Todd do? Can he get himself out of the peril? He comes in 12th finish in the end then, not bad at all then, as a FIFA Beefy is retired from the session as well. We've got Itchy who's in 14th position as well. We've got Paynes also on track as well. He's 6/10 of a second away at the moment. He's invalid this time, but he's got 6 seconds. He ain't going to make it to the line. I don't think Paynes is, and that could be the second man to bite the dust then, as he bit the dust. And he's out. Paynes is out. Bloomstar. Oh, who is that? That's Gio's in the fence as well. He's damaged the car. And again, turn 13, extremely wrong. And look at the dust and muck he's put on the course as well. He is coming into the pits as well, but unfortunately Gio is out. Bloomstar is starting us up then, so I apologize to Bloomstar. Baz is currently down. I think Baz is actually gone off somewhere in a big way. That might be both McLarens there, who might need a bit of a scrub there, as unfortunately it looks like both of them have hit the hedge, haven't they? What about Bloomstar then? Can he get into qualifying at 2 then as well? On his debut, he's 3200 of a second up there in the first sector. Car 86 said, I don't think it's the first sector that's the problem there for Bloomstar. He needs to get it all the way around, doesn't he? Paynes is out qualifying, Gio's out qualifying as well, as is Tormar Rossa as well. Here comes Bloomstar then, as he's down the sharp straight then. There's 2 DRSs running, there's 2/10 of a second up. Is that enough? That is currently at this moment in time then. Let's see as he comes out of the final turn as well then. And here he comes, and he's coming into the line. I don't know where I am on this course, goodness me. Now then, so we're on board then. And let's see what Bloomstar can do now as he accelerates out of 14, almost touching that concrete wall. Is he through? We hold our breath. No, he's out of qualifying as well. Goodness me. Bloomstar, it's out of qualifying. And unfortunately, we have lost 2 of our debutants here in the first part of qualifying. They are Gio, who is out, and also Bloomstar is out of qualifying as well. Also out is Tormar Rossa, Andre, and Paynes is out of qualifying as well. And I think Baz is also out, as he has gone into the back of someone. Which is unfortunate indeed. Then there's Paynes there just in front of us. Then that's a bit unfortunate there, isn't it? We got Tommy saying unlucky Paynes there, as Gio's gone. Was there a ham sandwich on the fence or something? And Gio's saying 4/10 man as well. So that's the end of qualifying Monday, and I got to say that was a very juicy qualifying, wasn't it? I was enjoying that. That's fantastic, isn't it? Oh goodness me! And yeah, it's the ALR just showing how not to race. By the way, if you want to see how to race there in ALR, just go back to last night. Fantastic between Lights and of course Cookie. Really good stuff indeed, there, wasn't it? From both those drivers there, head-to-head stuff, and it was a battle for the lead, wasn't it? On the final stage of that race, it was brilliant, wasn't it? Fantastic. Ghost just said he's done 3 laps on those tyres there. Well, he's done 4 laps according to the graph there, so good hustle there from Ghost as well, and hopefully he can get some more points on the board then for the Ferrari team then. Sorry, just adjust my headset there. So, yeah, we're going to qualifying 2 then as well. I think Baz, unfortunately, is out of qualifying as well, so we're going to have 14 runners then for qualifying 2. Remember what qualifying 2 is about, ladies and gentlemen. It's about getting into that top 10. And, of course, when you do get into the top 10, you must start on the tyres, which you set your fastest time on as well. So you're going to be seeing a mixture of compounds for qualifying 2. We're going to be seeing the softs. We're going to be seeing the mediums. And we could even see the hards as well. I very much doubt it, though. I do think the delta between the mediums and the hards is quite big. Anyway, here is confirmation that out of qualifying is Tom also Gio out of qualifying as well. So is Bloomstar and Paints, and Baz unfortunately has gone into the Armco somewhere around here and it's out of qualifying as well. So both McLarens there. It's time to be stitched up for the race then as well. But don't worry, both McLaren drivers will be in the race there in just under a jiffy's time then. So yep, don't go anywhere, McLaren fans. They are still in it to win it. Harris is saying, Bloomstar, this is Toto, difficult day for you, and even for us, we'll come back together as a team. Thank you. Of course, I think Harris is a big old Mercedes fan, isn't he? And how couldn't you be there? Of course, as well as being late as well, of course, Petronas, or was it Petronas? I think it's Petronas, isn't it? Murray Walker used to call it Petronas, didn't he? But yeah, the Petronas, of course, is a Mercedes brand, isn't it? Only 14 cars there in qualifying 2 then, and we're trying to whittle it down then to 10 then in this second session as well then. So we're going to be losing 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th, but who are those 4 drivers going to be then? We'll find out then. Bloomstar is home for better race pace as well. Gio has apologised to Youngs to Lights as well after a very difficult debut here as well. Out of the pits comes the one of the Alfa Romeos. It is Razor as well, and he is out in the Alfa Romeo then. Accelerating out the very, I gotta say, it's a very awkward pit exit, isn't it, around here? Goodness me. And I gotta say, there was some great wheels wheel action coming out of the pits last night, wasn't there? And I'm expecting more of the same again here tonight. It was great racing indeed, wasn't it? On board then with Razor, and as I mentioned earlier on, Razor has had a difficult start to it this season, hasn't he? He's unfortunately had 3 DNFs to his name, hasn't he? He's only finished 1 race, which is in Vietnam then. Let's see what he can do in this race as well. And hopefully he can get some points on the board then for the Alfa Romeo driver then. So, yep, fingers crossed then for all these guys then. Unfortunately, we've got 20 cars, so half the cars will not get points here tonight there. And that is quick math, which I'm very proud of because my math is appalling. As if anyone watched the Spanish Grand Prix last season, I didn't crown Glock champion when I should have done, of course, then, which is a thing that I very much regret now. Anyway, you're just watching Ray's at the moment, as he is now just on the outlet at the moment, just trying to get some heat into those tyres and making sure that the engine is at a nice, cool, calm temperature. And that's as calm as we're going to be in this qualifying session, because now Razor comes over the grid hatch and starts his lap, and he flies into Tarzan. That's number 2 now. And he now accelerates out of turn 1. Goes through the back end, is trying to overtake the front there, as he emerges there from under the new sponsor there, which I'm not even going to attempt to quote them because yeah, we've already seen my attempt to quote on the new Renault driver as well. Sorry, the reserve Renault driver, and as you can see them flying through turn sector 1. Then I tried to go side by side in a career race, and I gotta say that didn't go very well at all. And my goodness me, I thought Razor was going off the circuit there. Goodness me, that man is very confident of his grip there in the setup. I thought he was going straight to the sea in the accident, but no, Razor was confident that the car was going to stick there. And brilliant stuff indeed. That DRS right on the money. They get a beep in the ear, don't they, the drivers, for when the DRS is activated. Of course, in qualifying mode, they are allowed to have DRS, of course, any time. In the race, they have to be a second within the car in front then. Razor is on a bit of a scrappy end to the lap here. We've had a racing point now who's Not sure if he's on an adventure or if he's just parking up to let guys through then. But yeah, he's not looking like he's going anywhere quickly. And now then, it's Razor has gone fast. He's done 11.5 then, and that's his first attempt so far. We got Ferrari of Pillars then, who is on the soft tires. Look at how much he's going up on that bank in there, isn't it? And out of the final turn then, what does Pillars do then? I don't. Pillars not even using DRS at the moment then, so I think that was more of a bank lap. Same with Potato as well. But FIFA then is done 11 as well in the Renault. Good stuff indeed there. We got Troy, who's gone fastest as well then, and that's a much representative time there for the Haas driver in there. The top rookie so far, the top reserve as well in car 14, and he's having a good he's got a good debut, isn't he? Good stuff indeed then. Vitod then is in the pits then. I think he has come a cropper. Vitod is as he's decided to call it a day. Here comes Equals then coming over the start finish line now. Ghost was quickest. He's the quickest of the medium compound rounds at the moment, but Equals on the soft there. He's done a 9 so far. Lovely stuff indeed then from Equals. Brilliant. Oops. Sorry, I just opened something on my laptop as well. And on board with Wilson then as he is now flicking. Oh my goodness me, both Alfa Romeo are loving the outside curve there, aren't they? Gosh, I don't even go out, I never go out on that curve, which is probably why I'm very slow then. You have to be brave around here, don't you? It's a tricky little course, this one is, isn't it? Only 2.6 miles long, so we've got a lot of lappage around here. I think it's about 36 odd laps, isn't it? There's a lot of laps then around here tonight. And I think is it the most laps we do in a single race? I'm sure that Hungary's got 35 out there, or 36 as well. I don't know. I might have to fact check that. Here comes Wilson. Look in front, and it's Troy. Troy has done a lap already then, but I wonder if he's going for a second bite of cherry. Let's find out. And no, he's in the pits, and so Wilson might be a bit aggrieved by that. But he still goes second anyway, nonetheless then, but he would have lost time behind that behind that Haas, I should say then as well. So Equals, of course, the top rookie at the moment. He's fastest. Second position is Wilson with Ghost in third position then. Everyone else is in the pits about, well, I say that, Vitod emerges from the pits into the sunshine here at Zandvoort. And let's see what he can do as well then. So we're on board, we are on board then with Vitod then, as cars are just getting out of the way then. 10 minutes to go in this qualifying session as well. Then it's just saying Dan Murphy for the win there. I got to say, I don't think it's as clear cut as it has been though, has it? With I got to say, Shane there, great one lap pace in China, and Pillars a brilliant drive as well. Then it was very much a strategical race last time out in China, wasn't it? There's all kinds of a strategy out there as well, and as in bronze as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what the fallout is from bronze as well, and because it was a cracking race last time out as well. And once again, Farf perhaps there too. Free racing bronze, he's had to pit an extra time. Farf is very heavy-handed on those tires at the moment, isn't he? And that may be a problem there later on in these Grand Prix as well. Then, of course, remember in Australia, he should have pitted and got a puncture and cost him major points there. And in China, of course, we didn't have a race in Vietnam in bronze, and in China as well, just a week ago, an extra pit stop cost him the race win, didn't it? Of course, he potentially could still have won that race because he was good pace around there, but unfortunately didn't go too well for Farf today. And then back to Silver as well. Then we had cars charging through the field. We have Serious Mushroom and Murphy charging through the field. It was great stuff, wasn't it? Up and down the field. And Nude Potato also having a cracking race as I think yeah, he did have a cracking race. I was kind of down myself, and of course he came fifth in the end of the Nude Potatoes as well. So he dusted off the difficult start then to the difficult start to his silver career, and he's now back on it. So lovely stuff indeed there from New Potato. That's the one. Goodness me. As now then Vitod then coming down the back straight. He's done a 48.8 in the second intermediate split time. Now out of turn 11 into turn 12, accelerates away then, and not straighten up the car there. Curiously on the exit there, it's interesting stuff. Then he's got a yellow flag there. It's one of the Haas cars is just get out of the way there. I think is that German out there. I think it is German. It might even be Troy actually, but here goes Vitod there. It's one of the Haas drivers. Vitod goes second fastest then in the racing point as well. German has gone fast as I was trying to catch German, but he's now is the fastest man by 2/10 of a second from Equals, who is in at second position at the moment. Lovely stuff then from German then. Of course, German didn't really have much pace did he last time out then in China. Let's see what he can do here this weekend then. This week. Itchy's gone, it's full fast there in the Williams as well. Lovely stuff then. Couple of good laps there coming out. As he got a racing point of Vitod just got away. Here comes Serge Mushroom then coming out to the line as well. Here he goes, he's out of the point, but he goes full fastest, a 10th of a second behind his teammate Vitod at the moment. Lovely stuff then. FIFA has now just started off, so we're on board with him right now then, and just taking a look then as Diggis has just said, great work there from Equals said. We've also got Tommy saying thanks. So we've also got Gio saying maybe a bronze is my division as well. Of course, there's also some quick guys in bronze as well, isn't it? As of course it's a new league at silver and bronze was last season, wasn't it? And of course I think it's still the league to still try to balance up. But I've got to say I'm really enjoying silver and bronze as well as gold, of course, as well. And of course all three leagues show up, have different kinds of racing. I love every single one of them. It's brilliant, isn't it? As just taking a look then, there's a lot of love then for the for Equals at the moment. And the comments are great stuff then, as he is doing a cracking job. I think he's right in it. He's in it to win it at the moment, isn't he? In this qualifying session, looking very handy on those soft tyres. Here comes FIFA Beefy out of 14 as well, and he is on the power. Murphy and Shane are also out on track at the moment. FIFA comes through. He is third fastest on medium tyres again. Shane is on track as well. We're keeping an eye on what Murphy did. The championship leader, 41-point lead as it stands about car 22, the number of Button and of course of Hamilton as well, and don't forget Pedro Della Rosa. Here comes Murphy, who's the quickest of the medium runners. Shane there is on the soft tyres, so Shane is not interested in the medium runners. Rubber, is he? He's done a 9 at 7 there. Shane is at the moment then. I know we've got Troy, who's back out on track as well. As we've got New Potato currently down in 14th position as well, as Yellow Flags is fluttering behind New Potato, but I'm not sure if it's teammate or whatnot, but we'll keep an eye on that. But so Potato then currently 2 seconds off the back of Pillars. I don't think Pillars is also not put in a good time yet either then, so we're keeping an eye to see what's going on there, and we're on board as we're on board then with Potato as well then. Cool. Keep your comments coming in, guys, and I'm trying to keep up as much as possible, but goodness me, you're a chatty old bunch, aren't you? I love it. As Potato then is into the second part of the lap as well. He's in DRS range. There's a car in front of him, and goodness me, look at how he just flashes past. I didn't even see who it was. There's a Haas in the background. I think there's 2 cars. I think it's also a Mercedes of Murphy out there as well. But Potato then, this is his first bona fide time here around Zandvoort into car number 9 then. He's also got the car of Marcus Ericsson there, as Potato through the final part of course, and DRS right on the money. He comes across the line. He goes 5th fastest, a couple of tenths behind Murphy. And we're just watching the FIFA there, coming into the pits. A lovely shot there. Wilson's on track on the medium tyres. We've got 4 minutes to go in this session then. And Razor is also just going to put in another lap as well. Razor currently down in 30th position. He is he's the meat in the sandwich out of the Ferrari pair of Ghosts and Infamous Pillars then. And they're flying into a turn 1 as well then, and on board then Razor. He's on the soft tyres now. I've got to say, I lean left and right with the drivers. That's brilliant, isn't it? Vital's retired from the session there. He's not on track, so he's called it a day then. I don't think he's safe there, is he? Because there's going to be a lot of track evolution, I feel then. And is it getting a bit dull over it then? We've lost the sunshine, haven't we, here in beautiful Zandvoort at the moment? It's come very overcast, hasn't it, at the moment? Oh gosh, then. I wonder if we got a bit of rain. I haven't heard anything about the weather forecast just yet then. Usually I get a report from one of the drivers, but they're all very keeping it very stub indeed then, as perhaps then they don't want to ruin the surprise then. Razor then coming out of turn 10 as well then, as I've gotten a lovely breeze then from my window. 5 tenths of second up then. Razor is in the second sector. That is in the 10s there, but that is currently still not enough, and now it's only good enough for 12th, and he's getting very squirrely on the rear there. The the back end is getting very floaty indeed then. Paynes has just said there, Paynes has just said that it's full dry, Sean. Lovely stuff indeed there, as he comes out of the final corner then, and Razor has gone into 12th fast. Oh, he's gone right off the track. Is he in the wall? He is in the wall. He's gone into the tyre barrier there, and that might be it for Razor. Can he get back out of the pits and get another timing as well? Ghost is on track as well. Jake is crawling back then, so he's got an issue as well. Equals is on track at the moment, but we're keeping an eye on the Ferrari. I think Equals is in second position at the moment. I feel he's safe then, depending on track evolution then, as now then as we're coming into turn 13 as well then, and climbing over the curves and getting very wobbly there on the exit. I thought I was going in invalidation, but no, Lenson, and now he's on full beans and he's on the frost and then coming over the grid hatchets, and a Ghost is a 10th of a second down there. That's not what I was expecting there. Pillars has also made an appearance as well. What about Equals then? As Equals also started up as well, but I'm going to keep an eye on what Pillars can do first. Pillars hasn't set set a proper time yet in the Ferrari either. What I mean by that is that he was sandbagging, wasn't he? There's a lot of sand around here as well, isn't it? As Blair's saying, I'm happy I joined this. I'm happy I joined this because there's always clean racing, fast racing, and semi-decent commentating. And lol. It's a bit decent, isn't it? When I can actually get my words out every now and again, and if anyone understands me, goodness me, which is also an achievement in of itself as well. Tired tactics there from Diggins there as he is commented on. He quals his second position at the moment now. Now Razor has retired from the session. Infamous Pillars is only fifth fast at the moment now. He's a whisker away from done there. And a 2,500 second equal is on down on his time at the moment. They're in the Renault then. And now he's flying into turn 12 as well. And as I said something about pizza there. Oh, it was, of course, it was our friend Harris from Malaysia saying FIFA Beefy P5. Pizza's paying off there. Pizza. I love pizza. As equals has gone at second fast as well though. And just taking a look. Oh, we've got Troy is on a lap mode. We've also got Itchy on a lap as well, and so is Serious Mushroom. He's the first man then of those cool cars that is going to start to settle up as well. And you can see he's definitely very much in outlap mode. He's about to get going there. As Serious Mushroom is also confirmed it is dry as well. Lovely stuff indeed there, guys. Cheers. Out of the final turn as well. Of course, we had a sprint of rain on the cooldown lap last night, didn't we? After Young Lights crossed the line to win his first ever Grand Prix in ALR history. Fantastic. From Young Lights, really good stuff indeed there. He had pole position in Monza. He had the pace in Monza, hasn't he? And then I got to say, Lights was looking supreme, wasn't he? Unfortunately, qualifying, it didn't go his way, did it? But goodness me, he shook that disappointing off and went from a fantastic. I think he was 7th on the grid. Brilliant drive from Lights there. And of course, he also that's the first time in ALR history that Eat the Cookie was beaten in a race in ALR. Goodness me, then. So that's absolutely incredible. Pillars is retired from the session then, and we're on board then with Serious Mushroom Nancy is coming into the second part of the course as well. Shane's retired. Pillars and Murphy is also retired as well. They were the battling top three, weren't they, last time out? As Mushroom now coming down the back straight as well. He's 7/10 the second up. Mushroom is. This should be enough there to get him out of that difficult position at the moment. And now accelerating out as well. Then as we've also got the fourth card saying Eek is in the house then as well. Then. And now Mushroom is also in the house. And Itchy has gone fastest there in the Williams there. Brilliant time now. He's lowered the bottom. Mushroom has got second fastest. We're going to see some tears here. I feel Troy is 6/10 of second up as well. It's lovely over the shoulder. Overhead shot as well. Wilson is, I'm hoping that these guys are on an actual lap set, as they say, an out lap set according to the graphic there, but I feel that they might be out on a proper lap there. V-Todd is staring to the abyss, and so is FIFA as well. We've already lost Razor, who's in 13th position then, and now then we're coming up to the button, and let's go then, on board then, with Troy as he comes through, turn 14 then, car 14, let's see what he can do then. Is he going to be into qualifying free on his debut? Indeed he is, and that's a slam dunk as well then. Ghost is now starting his lap as well, and I think those guys were on that. Am I behind on the timing again, which I probably am. Unfortunately, even that's good stuff from Troy. Unfortunately, though, we have lost FIFA. We might even lose a new potato here as well then. And here comes Ghost as he's coming over the crest, over the brow of the hill then. And I gotta say, I love that corner as well then. And now riding the curbs then, he's 2/10 of a second up then. As I think my timing is all out of sync then, which is standard stuff here for me, isn't it? As I seem to be always a bit behind. I'm not only slower on the course, I'm also slower in terms of time as well. So here comes Ghost then, accelerating out of 10 as well. A short, sharp straight, then down into 11, then he is 5/10 of a second up, that's half a second. Is in the ballpark, but he needs a mighty final sector for Ghost then. As we've already mentioned, he's had a difficult start to the silver, as considering the fact he's got some pace in that Ferrari. Let's see what he does as he comes over the final corner now as well. Up to the line, DRS right on the bubble. Is he through? He's 10th. He is 10th. Ghost is on the limit, but he is through. What about Wilson then? So Potato should be fine and dandy. We've lost FIFA. We've lost V-Todd, we've lost Razor. It's between Wilson and Ghost said. Who is going to get through to qualifying free? Who is it? It's going to be Wilson there. He is through into qualifying free. And unfortunately, that is where we say goodbye to Ghost Recon in the final stage of this qualifying session. But don't worry, Ghost fans, he will be back in action for the race then, which is coming up in just a jiffy as well then. But that was very close indeed, and I got to say, New Potato's going to be breathing a huge sigh of relief there. So goodness me, then that was potentially going to be the end of his qualifying, wasn't it? He was 0.2 of a second inside the bar in the end, but that was a very nip and tuck as well. But Ghost there, and there's a silver lining is there, which means he can choose whatever tires he wants to start the race on. Ghost can. So it may be a difficult position to be in. He's right in the midfield madness, but he potentially can strike it on the strategy as well. Then, and let's just take a quick look at here's the confirmation of the guys that are out of qualifying. And out of qualifying is Razor, VTOD, FIFA, and Ghosters, all out of qualifying. And this is going to be very interesting. Going into qualifying 3, interesting stuff. We've got a lot of guys on these soft tires, haven't we? Goodness me. The only people not on the soft tires is Murphy, Pillars, and Nude Potato. Everyone else is soft. That's going to be good for the race, isn't it? Goodness me, then. As Gordo said there, that single comment made me curious. What is your favourite pizza topping there? I'm not really a big fan of pizzas, to be honest. To be honest, I think I don't like pineapple. Goodness me, that's one thing I do not like. I'm not a fan of fruit. Is that fruit? I don't know. Or is it veg? All I know is I don't like it. We got Darren saying there, I had to go softs or I was out there, and too close. It was very close indeed then, wasn't it? So Gordo saying softs is not too bad at all, apart from the tire temperatures as well. Ghost is saying silver is no longer for me then as well. So we've also got great laps there from Tommy. And really good 7D then. And a nice racing review finally, Darren's right. Oh, very cordial in the Oda comments. I love it, isn't it? Very nice. I wonder how nice it'll be once this race is finished. It is now, isn't it? So I'm expecting some tears tonight. And of course, there's a Ghost there feeling a bit disappointed there in the comments as well. I think that Ghost said there's shown flash of speed there as well. And I would like to say that. Ghost, it's just the first 5 races have been very difficult for Ghost in Wheel Golf, but I think that probably don't judge it just yet. Oh, a lock up there from Gernman. I wouldn't judge the first 5 races just yet, because there's 2 races in here which have been which are on the calendar for the first time. We have also had race in Australia, which is not really a traditional race circuit as well. We've only had 2 traditional race circuits, and of course Ghost did a really good job on and he did a really good job there in Vietnam as well, of course, on his debut. So I feel it's not over just yet. Ghost there, just keep at it, my good man, keep at it. As Gordo was saying, he loves pineapple. I'm not a big fan of pineapple, to be honest, but that's just me though. If anyone's to me, I'm a bit round and I'm not a fan of fruit. Here comes German now, as he is now coming into the final part of the course. He is going to be the first man to set a time. We've got 12 minutes in this qualifying session. This is where we're going to be. Getting ready to get going as well. We've got a little pizza chat. I love it there. As Diggis is set there, ham and pineapple plus chili. Oh, love it. I do love a bit of ham now. As German now is coming now to start us out as well. Look at that. He's taking a bit of grass there as he comes into turn 1 there. The course is Tarzan, and he accelerates as well then, and he is on his way. And look at this first section. He goes so much on inside. He locks up the inside. That's a big lock up there. As Martin Brothers said, they go like 50 pieces by the end of this one. Goodness me there. I love it when I see a lock up there on these cars there. It just makes it so much more actiony, doesn't it? I'm not even sure if that's a word there. Now into the right under as well. Look at the back end trying to overtake the front end. There's a bit of understeer there for German, but he's kept it going. He's kept the speed down. I'm loving the helmet as well. The Schumacher inspired helmet from 2000 plus there. As that Schumacher, of course, converted from the blue top helmet to the red top helmet. I think wasn't it the Monaco Grand Prix or just after? It was a good change, wasn't it? I do like the blue helmet though, the blue top helmet of Schumacher. He's at a 48.3 there. German is locked up once again. He is not treating his tyres very nice at all. They say, oh, look at that! Then he's also got squarely on the end then. And goodness me then. And German there. Oh, and he's also invalidated his tyre. He's thrown it all against the wall. And unfortunately, it hasn't stuck there. I throw my pass against the wall. Apparently, if you throw against the wall, you know it's going to stick there. Unfortunately, German has invalidated his time. So Pillars has done a 0.89 there. I can't remember what Light said there in terms of what pole position was going to be. Didn't he say an 089, wasn't it? Or an 088? But Shane has got second fast. What about Murphy? Murphy is second fast then, as Pillars has arrived to the party then. And look at this, and the 2 championship protagonists are right nip and tuck there as well. Troy is third fastest on his debut. Troy is looking very, looking very home here. What about the other rookie here of Equals? And he's coming through the final turn as well then. Let's see what he can do. And he comes over the over turn 14 then. then. He is away. Where's he going to put himself? He puts himself into 5th fast at the moment. That is not a good time, is it? So I probably should have looked up at the time, really, shouldn't I? Potatoes has started this up as well. Gurman is invalidated again then, so Gurman is going to have to go around it. He's going to have to go around again then for another bite of the cherry then. Unfortunately, Serious Mushroom is coming. The pits are abandoning us up then, but Wilson goes into 5th fastest at this moment then. Now we're back on board Equals at the moment, and he is on board for him. Is he coming through the quick right-hander as well? So I keep brushing my hair out of the way. Goodness me, I need a chop. I've been saying that for weeks and weeks and weeks, but of course I do not want to go to the barber. Because it costs money and I'm tight. We're on board down at Equals at the moment, and he is coming into turn 10 as well then, as we've got yellow flags fluttering just behind us at the moment. As it stands there, we've got Pillar's pole position, and that'll be his first pole position in his silver career then. Equals is 7 seconds up, no 7 seconds up there, goodness me. Oh, he's invalidated his time, he's going to have to abandon that code to the pits there. The bronze champion of Potato hasn't invalidated his time. Is he going to carry on then? He's light on fuel though. Now turn 13, and that's a much better swooping steering angle there from Potato. Out of 14 as well then, and let's see what he did. And it's his first proper attempt, and he goes fast as well. Goodness me, it's getting tight to the top. I love it. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then. And Wilson there, who is just cruising back to the pits at the moment then. Pillar's on pole position at the moment then for the first time in his career. Can Murphy snatch that away? Murphy's only had 1 pole position of his career, and that was back at Vietnam, wasn't he? He's the first pole sitter in silver for Vietnam. Brilliant stuff indeed there. But Murphy is alongside it. Then we've got New Potato in 3rd. 4th position is Troy. Shane in 5th position. He was pole sitter last time, wasn't he? Wilson 6th. Equals the 7th. We haven't seen the best of him yet. Itchy in 8th position. Gurman, pole sitter of Australian Bahrain, is in 9th at the moment. And Serious Mushroom is 10th at the moment. Gurman is back out quite quickly, quite early on. Of course, that's understandable after he had a hair raising first opening lap, didn't he, in that Haas? Goodness me. And Diggins just said focus Equals as you can see as he's coming to the pits as well, and yellow flags are fluttering on the backstage of the circuit. And usually in qualifying you can ignore the yellow flags because more often than not it's just that guys getting out of the way or guys cruising back to the pit lane then. So this is Gurman's outlaw for the moment, so he's just prepping the car now. So, oh, and look at that, he's locking up again. Gurman is, he's very much on the limit. I wonder if he's struggling with tyre temperatures. We heard Gordo talking about tyre temperatures, wasn't we? I was assuming they was going to be too hot, but perhaps they're actually too cold for Gurman at the moment. They're struggling with the grip there on those soft tyres. Car 25, and of course I think that was the legendary number of Pierre Luigi Martini, wasn't it? I think it was. Didn't he have number 25? I think so. I think Minardi was 25 and 26, weren't they? I'm not sure. Anyway, here comes Gurman coming over the grid hatchings as well. Oh, and looking at the inside right front this time. Gurman is out. Let's go on board. And this is going to be an action-packed lap, isn't it? Goodness me, he has thrown it all against the wall as well. Now into the banked left-handed and accelerates on the way then. That's why you don't get your first indication of how well you're doing on this top of the road, do you? And look at this then, floating over the curbs, coming into the long right-hander. Oh, he comes with a snap of over steer the exit there. First intermediate time is a 30.155. And now into turn 9 as well, before coming into turn 10 then. And now then on the back straight then as well. Accelerating the way. Let's see what we can do then. This second sector time is coming up at the end of this straight. And there it is. It's done a 48.3 in the second sector. Locking up there, taking too much speed into 12. And a Gurman there's really throwing it all against the walls. Another scrappy lap for the man who's on pole position twice this season. Ooh. Oh, and he's gone wide again, that Gurman has, but he lost a lot of time now, so he hasn't invalidated. He's lost too much time. And another scrappy lap for Gurman. He's thrown it all against the wall, and it's not sticking at the moment. He comes into the pits now. Equals is back out on track there, and it looks like he's done one lap on these tyres already. Actually, I think that's about right, isn't it? Because of course he had stone out lap. Goodness me, sorry guys, you're dealing with an numpty here. Anyway, then it's as we now got Equals coming out of 12 is now into 13 and now into 14, and here we go then through the final part of the course. Then let's see what we can do. He's hugging the inside that course house to reduce the distance, and he goes at 6 fast one there, and he's 8 seconds quicker, and he moves himself just within a whisker. Shane now by 400ths of a second there. Goodness gracious me. Very much nip and tuck then. Shane is back out on track at the moment, and then you've got Troy in the pits as well. Shane's out quite early on. Jake is also out of the pits. Well, watch Serious Mushroom. Serious Mushroom now is in the second split of the course as well. Then, and he is on the second. He's on the second DRS straight then in the pink Panther or Tracing Point as they are known this season as well. 11 and 12, and much more car than it was from Gurman earlier on, wasn't it? As Gurman was throwing it all over the trail, wasn't he? And now it says Mushroom now into 13. Oh, and keeping him in track limit as well into 14 as well for car 38. And I'm coming over the banking now, and let's see what I can do. He is fifth fastest and displaces Shane at the moment as well. What about Wilson there? Wilson coming out of the turn 14 as well. Just under 3 minutes to go. Let's see what Wilson can do. He improves by 10 per second, but not by position, unfortunately. Shane there, who's on pole position a week ago. At the moment, he's invalidated. This time he's looking in a bit of trouble, Shane is. So we'll leave him be for a bit. As Equals has already put a time on those tyres, so he is now back into the pits as well. No, we're on board then with Shane, and I think he validated his time then, so he's going to have to go around again. So this is his second attack of lap now on the soft tyres. I'm wondering if he's going to have enough time to have another crack at this, maybe come in the pits there, getting the other set of tyres on before coming back out potentially. Well, we're on board then with Shane once again then, and now then, so you got a yellow flag just in front of us. It's one of the racing points getting out of the way then, and look at how much track, how much width of the track you give it on the outside. Incredible stuff, isn't that? How these guys just know where to put these cars. It's absolutely incredible, isn't it? His skill of the absolute utmost is brilliant, isn't it? Shane now, of course, has got abundance of skill over a cracking pole position lap in China. He's 2 tenths a second up on his personal best at the moment. That's around the Serious Mushroom and Troy area at the moment. They are 4th and 5th at the moment then. And also New Potato also in 9th as well. Look at that, 093, 093 himself in the mix, and he puts himself in front there, and somehow it's a whisker in front as well. Incredible tightness there between the Alpha Taris there, and Serious Mushroom is retired for the session, and he is going to the highest. It's going to be a 6th today. Fully racing pull driver down in Infamous Pillars are out on track as well. Gurman there is really strong with his car, isn't he? Goodness me there, he is really pulling it on the edge, isn't he? That's going to be a handful in the race. They're locking up the inside right front tyre again there from the Haas driver. Incredible stuff indeed there, and it accelerates the way down into the second part of the second DRS zone, I should say. Down the back straight, he's done that's a better. He's 3 tenths a second up, locking up the inside again. I love it. I'm not sure does German love it though. Let's find out then. He's much more planted on the outside of 12 and 13 as well. Doesn't want to run too wide. He runs too wide. He invalidates his time, and German has got one more chance, one more shot as JLS usually thinks, and he comes across the line. He's going to have to go again. He is on track then, and we've also got Potato out there as well. Potato, I think, is starting us up. He's just starting us up as well. Shane is finished for this qualified session moment. He's done a cracking job, Shane. That's really impressive indeed there from Shane there. We're over in the third position there. He's become a one-lap specialist. Impressive stuff indeed then. Back on board of Itchy then. Sorry, I took a breath at the wrong time there. 48.3 there for Itchy there, the second split time as well then. And now into turn 12 as well. Let's see how much curve he takes. Not too much there, not too much there. We've seen a lot of cars having an interesting crash there. I think Sam had an interesting crash there, and the preseason, didn't he, where his wheel just fell off there. I think that his team forgot to tighten up those wheels. Itchy there, I thought he was going into the barrier. He was pointing the wrong way at one stage. He is 8 faster than Itchy is done in qualifying, if I'm not very much mistaken. Gurnman then is in the second sector as well. He is down. He's a lot further down than what he was last time out then, and that was before he invalidated his time as well, unfortunately. And he's now coming up to the 13 and 40 as well. As I brush my hair to one side once again then. I forgot to put my sports hairband on here tonight. Here comes Gurman coming out of the final part of the course as well, and I think this is it for Gurman. He's done a 13, unfortunately, and that is it then. Is that New Potato goes in the front fast. He snatches that final on that second row. Then Murphy is on pole position. Or is he? No, he has a good Pillars is on pole position. He's done an 8.5 from the man who's really he's absolutely ripping up the form book in ALR Silver, and he is at his first pole position of his career in silver. Brilliant 17. What about Troy coming up to the line? Oh, he's hit the outside outcome there, and Troy is finished 5th as well. But Pillars, for the first time in his career in silver, has taken that top spot in qualifying. Fantastic stuff from Pillars, and maybe the first of many as well then. Well, since his debut, he hasn't finished outside the points, obviously, in silver. Been really incredible what Pillars has. And now he is on pole position then for an absolutely splendid lap time. He is 2/10 of a second in front of Murphy, which is absolutely incredible, isn't it? I gotta say then, you have to be quick to be in front of Murphy. And look at the top three there. I think they're just congressing on the part of the course. Or maybe they're doing a conga. I don't know. But as you can see, then there they are down to the top three. Those are the guys that I'd be feeling that will be batting away for the race win here tonight then. But yeah, congratulations to Pillars. His first pole position of his ALR career. Murphy is alongside him on row one. That's a juicy row one. And then in third position, the second row is the Alpha Taris of Shane, once again showing his incredible one-lap pace set, along with New Potato, who is the bronze champion in third position, and showing some signs of really good pace lately, hasn't he? New Potato has. He had a very difficult start to his career, hasn't he? As I've mentioned before, but now he is very much on it like a car bonnet, isn't he? I'd say he's had a difficult start. Of course, he's scoring every single race apart from Australia. It's a good stuff indeed, Ben. Oh, as I'm just, oh gosh, I'm very hot at the moment. I got to say, I'm sweating like a chubby kid next to a salad bar, or next to me when I'm next to a salad bar. Goodness me, not a fan of salad. Anyway, then let's take a look at the final classification from the qualifying session here at the Dutch Grand Prix at Circuit Zandvoort. Pillars, his first ever pole position there of ALR Silver. Congratulations, the 10th for second in front of Murphy. That is a big time. That's a big difference, isn't it, in Formula One? The bronze champion in third position. He's now found his footing, hasn't he? Fourth is Shane there. Alpha Tauri looking strong. And Troy on his debut in fifth. Congratulations, the first ever Swedish driver as well. Mushroom in sixth then. Equal seventh. Eighth is Itchy. Ninth is Wilson. And German completes the top 10 then. Tommy is saying very fast race as well. We've got Gordo with an essay in here. Goodness me, I think he's played a bit of ALR bingo as well then. Of course, I've said Tarzan. I have said I love that helmet. He's invalidated us up, and that's someone off the track there. Yep, standard stuff really. And I think I'm also pronouncing Equaz names wrong. Then, if I do, I apologise, Equaz. Then you might have to send me a message after how to pronounce it, which I still probably won't get it right. But there you go. Right then, we are now in the race as well, and let's get beautiful sunshine here at Circuit Zandvoort. It's beautiful out there, isn't it? We've got a couple of debutants here tonight as well. And how are they feeling? They got butterflies the size of eagles in their stomach, or are they just taking it all in their stride then? Well, we'll find out in just under 20 seconds time then, before the cars are going to be out on the course, and they're already out on the course, aren't they? But of course they're just choosing their strategy then as the tension is building up. Then we've got a formation lap first then, where the drivers are going to be heat engineers, aren't they? Keeping the engines cool, keeping the tires at an optimal temperature as well. It's not a long run, is it, down into turn one? And turn one, of course, the first sector is got to be it's going to be absolutely manic, isn't it? It was manic last night as well, but very well behaved then. Right then, here is the formation lap then, and let's go for the grid challenge from front to back, from a pole position then all the way down to 20th on the grid then. And Pillars is on pole position then, and it's all the guys who is on the medium compound tyres. It's first, second, third then. Those guys got to watch out for those soft compound runners, don't they? As they're going to be very quick off the line, aren't they? Pillars is pole. His first pole position in ALR Silver. Second on the grid is Murphy. Third position is the bronze champion of Potato, Shane in fourth position. Fifth is Troy. Great debut from Troy. Brilliant. Sixth is Mushroom. An equally good performance there from Equals in seventh position there. Itchy is in eighth then for the Williams team. Ninth position is Wilson. Great to qualify now. German had a messy qualifying in Q3 there in 10th position there. Of course, he's been on pole position twice this season, hasn't he? Ghost is in 11th then, but he starts on the soft tyres then. That's going to be an interesting choice there. FIFA in 12th. He is on the medium tyres. 30th position is V Todd. Razor in 14th position. Baz is in 15th. Paynes is 16th, and he is on the soft tyres. Bloomstar is 17th, making his debut as well. Gio in 18th position on medium tyres. 19th is Toro Rosso, and Andre is on the hard tyres there. I think that someone in gold was on the hard tyres. It was Mumford on the hard tyres at the back of the grid as well. No, then just finish off that 4 racing laps as well then. And we're on board now then, and here we go then. We are about to get racing and here in Zandvoort, and this is going to be fantastic. We are going to get racing then in just a few moments time as well. Lewis Spencer just said, if you need a company for commentary, I am your guy. Lovely stuff. Thank you, Lewis. As we're now coming through the final part of the course as well. We've got 36 laps around here, and we are about to get racing in just a jiffy as well then. Pillars, as we said already, he's on pole position then for the first time in his career, with Murphy alongside him, the two championship protagonists there side by side. He's got Murphy at the moment's got a 41 point advantage over Pillars, hasn't he, at this stage of proceedings, and that is quite a big deficit after only 4 rounds. But this championship is going to be a lot of twists and turns, isn't it? We're now waiting for the lights then as well, and hopefully those lights will start to come on in just a minute. And we've had a couple of issues with lights, haven't we, in Silver, but not this time, I don't think, as we're just about to get ready. Yes, there they go then, and we're about to get racing here in Zandvoort, and we are go! It is go now, and it is a Wilson on the crack inside him, but it's Pillars then, who's got away well, but with Murphy then, it's still alongside him, going into turn 1, I'm going to go, there's a contact there, I think it was one of the Alpha Towers that they just went into the side of Infamous first, so we've got penalties galore, because what's happening in the back, Gurman's off the track then, Razor's off the track as well, oh dear, then we have a lot of penalties that are flashing up then as well, as it's an appalling start here, and I'm not good at all, as you can see the virtual 6 cars out, a 5-second penalty for Baz. Wilson is apparently leading this race at the moment. They're just trying to sort themselves out. Tormor Rosso has left the session, and it's a very messy start indeed. The Tormor Rosso right at the back then as well. Gio is in 20th position apparently as well. I'm trying to look for the first position cards which are here, and the Virtual Safety cards out at the moment then, and we're on board then with Pillars at the moment, and it's now in the grid is sorting itself out. Pillars leads. Second position is Murphy then. Pillars had a bit of a bump from behind there. I'm not sure if it's New Potato or Shane then. Yellow flag there in the background. It's one of the I think it's one of the McLarens that's just struggling, and Ghost and Payne's there also battling away as well. And look at this, that Ghost having a look on the inside there, but Payne's there has got the gotta say that's a Red Bull who's gone flying wide there. It is Gio, but he's okay at the moment. Tormar Rosso, I think it left the session, so I'm not sure if he's in or not. We also got Bloomstar in 50 position as well. They come through to complete that one. Pillars lead. Second position is Murphy. We've got a couple of cars there. Is Tom also dropping down the order as well. So I think he's ghosted. As Sarah's Mushrooms in the pits. Well done. Oh, good start there. As Equals there is defending 6th position at the moment indeed then. So that will complete. Look at the gap there. It's a second and 8 seconds. Oh my goodness me. And a yellow flag then in the on the pit straight as well then. As oh goodness me, there's another yellow flag on the pit straight as well. So I think it's one of the McLarens there. But yeah, goodness me, a second lap record. That's been Dan Murphy has been beaten, has he? Had a 5-second lap record last night. Goodness me, they're quick around here, aren't they? It's Infamous Pillars leads and with Murphy in second position moment. When the grid sorts itself out, we look at the big moves there in the opening stages of this qualifying session, and incredible stuff at the moment then. So we're on board at the moment then with Dan Murphy. Yellow flag into, that's a Haas. That's Troy. Troy is off the circuit there at turn 10. Oh goodness me, he's a wheel spinning out then, and just recovering then. As always gone on in front of there with Gio as well then, and that's a McLaren also steaming through as well. Bars is just coming on the pits as well then, and Pillars lead, second position is Murphy, and they're dropping Potato already then, it's the second already then, Potato's just trying to find his feet then, Equals in 5th position there, Itchy in 6th, and we're on board then, biggest mover, Andre, up to the 9th position, a fantastic lap there, and as we've got to Vital, he's just past Gio then, the Gio is out of the points over forward as well, and a great opening lap there for Andre, he's moved up a humongous amount of positions already on the opening stint, brilliant stuff indeed there, on board of Rayside then as well, he's dropped down 3 positions at the moment as he has gone on to the soft tires, as has FIFA Beef as well. And so they're having a sprint in the second stage there, as Gurman unfortunately starting in the midfield pack there. It's had some issues, hasn't he? Itches now all over the back of Equals there, but Equals is making his on board then as he is just Ron Borovic at the moment is he calls in front of the moment as he is just trying to make his move, obviously. So the moment Pillars is leading and Murphy is second and 7/10 of a second to gap as well. Now, as we mentioned, Potato is he's almost a second beyond Murphy as well. He cannot live with the front two at this moment of time. Then with Shane in fourth position, a much better start for Shane then. Fifth position as we've got yellow flags then. It's oh goodness me then, and that's Gio's off the circuit there. I'm not sure if he's oh my goodness me, and Serious Mushroom just flying through then. Some problems for Gio on his debut there as he's having a couple of gremlins out in that red ball. Now as we're on board with Gurman then, who is right to the back of the field, isn't he? Of course, the man who was I think he was runner-up in Bronze last season or third is now all over the back of Razor. So he's had to pit earlier on, hasn't he? After some issues going on then with the Haas as well. We're on board then for the moment. I think Tom Morris. I'm not sure if Tom Morris has left footed. Look at that then. As a yellow flag. As what's going on? One then. It's Andre as recovering. I think I'm not sure if he's had a problem. Andre has yellow flag in the final part of the course as well. Goodness me, Gio's going the wrong way. And oh gosh, as he's just trying to recover them, but Gio's been disqualified as he was trying to recover the car, and that's not good at all, is it? There is Gio on a difficult start and to his ALR career, got on the inside is Gurman on race as well. Oh, there's contact, and Gurman is free up to 16th position as well. Our first retiree as Pillars is leading, Murphy is second, Nudes in third position. This is the battle that I was interested in before I got the strike. Then it is Equals who is currently in fifth position, and sixth position is Itchy at the moment, and just behind him is Wilson in seventh position. Lovely stuff indeed then. And we've also got 2 seconds between Vitot and Troy making his debut, and Troy unfortunately had a bit of issues as well. And yellow flags there at the turn one. Now I can't see if there's a car stop there, so we'll leave it to it for now. It's that Rugby Codemaster's just having a bit of issues as well then. And now then we're on board, he's going to sting up the inside. Oh goodness me, there's almost contact, there was contact, and we got a safety car, oh goodness me, where's the problem then, and who is that, oh my goodness me, that's Razor who's in the wall. He's in the wall, there's a safety car, and Razor's difficult season continues at this moment in time. Goodness gracious me. So Pillar said, so we've got a safety car at the moment. Is anyone going to roll the dice and come in the pits? Well, Serious Mushroom has come in the pits out for the racing point, and he is changing those tires. He's back on the medium tires once again then. And Razor's left the session now. 2 retirements already in this session. And very difficult, and so two retirements already in the session. Into the pits, there comes up Payne's there for the Williams, and he's going on the hard tires, car 2 is, and a very quick pits on D for the Williams. And FIFA Beefy going on the medium compound tires now as well. Potentially can go to the end of the races. Also in the pits is Bloom Star as well. Baz there is not going the pits there, as we've got Shayna getting a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. That's not good at all, is it? It's the end of the race series, go come the pits. I don't think they will. Well, the medium runners said go come the pits, are they? Unless they prove me entirely wrong, which they can do. Murphy there is keeping with him at the moment now. New Potato is dropped back by 3 seconds there because it's Potato. He is in the pits there. So Potato is in the pits. He's rolling the dice then. Of course, he's on the medium compound tires here. Let's see what happens with the Itchy's in the pits as well. So is Wilson there. So is a spread of strategy here, isn't it? Oh, goodness me. Then this is going to be very interesting, isn't it? And now there's Williams there just coming on the pits. Well, we've also got Ghost coming in the pits. Change onto those hard tires out for the Ferrari, and he's in and out as well. Number 17, Andre is having a cracking opening stint here, isn't he? In the Red Bull started last there, and his the first charge is going very nicely indeed, isn't it? A race coming out of the pits there, but Itchy should have it there because he had a nose cone in front there. Tormar also, I don't think it's in this race. I'm sure he left the session, I'm sure he did. Troy there is out of the pitch as well then. He's in front of V-Top now. We've also got Gurman, who is also down in 30th position as well. So we've got a bit of a reprieve for some drivers. Remember last night that we had a cut. Oh, it's Gurman locking up those tires again then. He's really struggling, isn't he, with the brake balance there, isn't he? He's struggling to slow the car down. He is in front of V-Top though. And lovely stuff indeed then. He always took V-Top in the safety car, didn't he? I'm not sure. Unless V-Top was told to overtake him, who knows? Right, Razor's car has been removed then. We're just waiting for the field to bunch up, so another lap under a safety car. And let's take stock, shall we? So the first couple is we got Andre, who's dropping down the order for some reason, as he's not getting back in front of goes as well. Andre is of course hasn't pitted nor it's the guys in front of him either, but Wilson, Itchy. Actually, I think they have, haven't they? Yes, Irish is pitted, so has Itchy, and so is Wilson. Goodness me, then. I need to learn to read, man. I need to learn to read that. safety car is pitting apparently. Well, don't forget just yet. As into the pits there comes it's a 5-second penalty for speed in the pits there for Equals. And also, so that is going to hurt him later on in the race. He's going to the medium compound tyres but he's on a cracking debut, isn't he? And they're being held up here. Why are they being held up here? And Equals on the pitch. What's happened there? Why? I'm not sure what they got held up because the pit lane was open and free. That is not good at all. So both drivers have lost a huge amount of time. And look at this, they was expected to come out a little more down the circuit than that, and they unfortunately are now right back in the pack there as well. And just on board at the moment, then, as Energetic saying, don't expect too much from me. Then Gio is saying, I spun and tried to come around but got disqualified. Gordo is saying, I've got to go. See you later, Gordo. Good stuff indeed there. Lewis Spencer saying, need to watch out for the debut of Equals. He's an underdog. And at the moment, he's in 12th position. He has made a stop, but unfortunately, he does have a 5-second penalty, doesn't he? Unfortunately, but let's see if we can put that behind him there and have a strong finish to this race then as well. Keep your comments coming in, guys. I'm absolutely loving it then. As the safety car then is currently leading then with Bernd Mylander, and then we've got Murphy in second position, New Potato in third, fourth it's Itchy, and New Potato is actually pitted and come out. He's on fresh tyres, New Potato is. Goodness me, this is going to be interesting, isn't it? With New Potato there on the fresh tyres, and then he is very much right behind his race winning contenders, isn't he, here tonight? That is going to be a huge strategical call in this race later on, isn't it? Safety car is here at the end of this then. We are about to go green and Zandvoort as I can't remember his name. Jack, as Jack would say in Formula E, we are about to get going once again. And Pillarson is out there right now. Gio is very unhappy about being disqualified on his debut. What a shame for the Red Bull driver. And now we are dropping the hammer then, and Pillars is gone. Murphy is following him as well. We are back racing here at Zandvoort there, and a much cleaner start then from last time. That's a Ferrari who is very slow there because Murphy is alongside. Murphy takes the lead and he passes Infamous Pillars. We got a yellow flag. Oh, contact! I know, I'm not sure of it now. Look, there's a Williams going off as well. That's it. No, then it's New Potato dropped down a couple of positions as well. That's it, she's got him. We've got a yellow flag because there's a McLaren that bounces in the wall. Bounces in the wall there. I'm not sure what's going on there, but we got a yellow flag as a bounce on some issues there. In the background is Andre and Ghost there, and Ghost being squeezed off the course there, isn't he? As Andre there, goodness me, that's a very strong arm tactics there, isn't it? And he got his pass. Vitor flying on the outside there of the racing punch driver. Beautiful stuff indeed. I'm loving this. Fantastic stuff indeed. That FIFA all over the back of Bloomstar as well. We're on board with him now. And Murphy, I thought was through, but some Infamous Pillars emerged in front. Itchy is on the soft tyres. He has the tyres advantage at the moment. Gurman is over the way for this as well. Oh, he's getting squirrely on next to that with Troy right on his gearbox. And they come down into 11 and 12 as well, though. Now I've got to say, safety cars are absolutely incredible, aren't they? Incredible starts around here, fantastic stuff. Then, then Pillars is leading Murphy. Then, I don't know how Pillars emerged back in front. And I thought Murphy had that job done, hook, line, and sinker. Goodness me, definitely not there. But now it's Mitchy's going to go the entire championship leader. Not quite. Then Wilson in fourth position. Potato down in fifth. Then Gurman is passing Ghost, and he's fucked up the inside. Then Ghost is being overtaken for the second lap in a row. He is on the curb though, isn't he? But I think Gurman is going to have that one. He does have that one. Then Ghost from down into 8th position as well. A lock up on the inside. Then Troy right on the back as well. Look at these queue of cars then. We've got a Ghost Conga, a Ghost train, aren't we, behind him at the moment? Goodness me then. As they are flying through the first sector. There's no overtaking room around there, is it? So it's going to be follow the leader, isn't it? With E-Class in 10th position. We've got Vitor. And then we've got Shane as well at the back as well. Vitor on the soft compound tyre there. So we should have a speed advantage at this moment in time. And now 8 tenths a second between Murphy and Pillars, and Itchy is still giving Murphy the cause for concern, but I think it should be Wilson. I think Itchy should be looking back at Wilson in a great fourth position moment with New Potato down in 5th bed, as unfortunately lost 2 positions at the other safety car restart, which probably didn't want to happen, did he? As he is now going to be losing time. He's in the dirty area, isn't he? And Murphy and Pillars can just stretch away and just go about their business on their strategy as well. And lovely as we're looking down here on the banked turn 14. Oh, Troy is in the wall. That's a big smash. So he lost the car. Will's on board of it, and Troy in his debut is out of the Dutch Grand Prix. And the back end just go away from him, and it's a huge smash. I'll be surprised it's not a safety car. But Troy, unfortunately, out of the race. It is a safety car, a second safety car in this race. Troy is our fourth retiree of this Dutch Grand Prix. He was on board Troy as well, and that is a scary smash, wasn't it? Goodness me! Oh gosh, that was a horrific track, with horrific cross there from Troy, wasn't it? So we got another safety car. The safety car shouldn't be as long as the first one, of course, because of course they are quite bunched up as well. Now we're going into strategy mode here once again, and we're on lap 10 out of 36 with 26 laps to go. So we still got a lot of lappage around here. We ain't even at half distance. We've got another 8 laps to go of half distance, but I wonder if the front two didn't come in the pits first time around. They don't got to think about coming in the pits. Remember in China, these guys were battling tooth and nail, weren't they, in the midfield pack, as they was coming back through the field, weren't they? And now then we're on board with Murphy as he's dropping back from Pillars. Of course they have got a doubt at the moment, haven't they? And that's why it's Pillars is in the pits, and Murphy is in the pits. Well, he's just drove over some debris, and so is Itch as well. So Wilson will be leading the Dutch Grand Prix. Fantastic effort out from Wilson. Pretty well done indeed. Then Andre is over the third. Then Gurman is somehow over the fourth. I've got to say, all the trials and tribulations in this race, and Gurman is in fourth. Brilliant stuff. Murphy there is coming out of the pits there. So is Pillars as well. Then we got FIFA on the outside, so FIFA is through. He is up into 8th position as well. Pillars down off Murphy at 10th, and Itch in 11th position as well. Ghost is out in 12th position. Then we've got Serious Mushroom 13th, Bloom Star, Niquaz, and Toro Moroso, who I don't think is in the race. Oh my goodness gracious me, this is absolutely incredible. I'm already dripping with sweat already, and I ain't even halfway through this race yet. Goodness gracious me. So let's take stock there on lap 11. Wilson leads. Second is Potato. Third is Andre. Brilliant stuff so far. Gurman is recovered back up in the fourth position. V. Todd up in the fifth. Shane is sixth at the moment there. Payne's is seventh. FIFA 8th. Pillars is ninth with Murphy in 10th. That's the top 10. That's an incredible top 10. It's in 11th with Ghost 12th. Serious Mushroom 13th. Bloomstar 14th. Equals in 15th. And 16th position there. Tom Morris, who I think is technically out of the race then. So everyone has been in the pit so far, apart from Andre. It's the only man who I don't think is coming in the pits, I think, at the moment. But again, do not take that as gospel, because I am absolutely rubbish at keeping up to date with anything that's going on in this race at the moment. But yeah, I think that is the case at the moment then. Everyone else has been in the pits and they're all on different strategies, so this is going to be very difficult to keep up with, folks, isn't it? Get a notepad out, because it's going to be scientifical, isn't it, at the end of this one? Goodness me. And I'm sure all the drivers there, and the advantages, oh gosh, I forgot there's a bit of lightning out on the boy window there. Of course, the drivers do not have a big team behind them, do they? They don't have a team in Brackley behind them, for example, like the Mercedes do. This has to be done. But as well as they're racing, they all have to also be concerned about what they do with the drivers driving as well. It's very tough, isn't it, Lee Gray said? You just in the graphic there from pit window open. I don't think everyone's ignoring that pit window at the moment there, because they're all basically riding their own wave, aren't they? So good stuff indeed then. So the safety cars start, and we're on lap 12. We're about a fifth of the way through this race then, or something along those lines. No, we haven't. We're about a third of the way through the race. I apologise. Poor maths again there once again. But yeah, Wilson is leading this race in car 28. Fantastic stuff from Wilson. He's on the medium shot Alfa Romeo as well. He will have a pace advantage then to begin with, but he's got the bronze champion behind him of New Potato as well. And Potato there is really starting to find his feet, isn't he? He's had a cracking couple of races, hasn't he, after a difficult first race in Australia. I'm loving it. We got Gerdman, who's also in fourth position. Well, another bronze promotee in fourth position. Well, Andre in third as well, from 20th on the grid up into third position. Lovely stuff indeed there. 15 cars are left then. Torma also has exit stage left, unfortunately, earlier on then as he left the session. I don't think he's come back in either, because I don't think you're allowed. Now then, so safety car then on the backside as well. We're waiting for those lights to go out as 5 sings, and we'll be back racing. There it is! The safety car has decided to turn his lights out. Bernd Molander has stopped the disco on top of that car, and the dance has stopped then. We are about to get going once again. This is where the action is really going to take off here in the Netherlands. So Wilson, how is he going to control the pace then as he gets his safety car underway once again then? As Diggers is saying, Andre is doing well from the back. He's doing a cracking job, Andre. He really is, and he's done 11 laps on those hard tires as well. He's not straying away from his strategy, is he? As Wilson has not dropped the hammer yet, has he? Because he's waiting for that safety car. It's a bit too safe for the safety car. He still hasn't gone, and he is really going to be. Oh my goodness me! What was that? Shane is in the wall. Shane is in the wall. I'm not sure he took a base back to base. Damaged the car. Gurman's going down the order as well. And Gurman's having the first position as they come through the first part of the course. And Shane is having some issues. Then he somehow veered, didn't he, into the outside of the pit wall there. As a FIFA and players there. Oh my goodness me! Oh no! I'm closing my eyes. This is going to get very scary indeed. Oh my goodness me! Oh, that's a Williams there going off it. As it's a FIFA that just cut across the Dan Murphy, who's leading the championship, isn't he? He has to be careful. He was careful very nicely. He was very coolly, calm and calculated, wasn't he, in China? Can he be the same again here tonight as well? Well, Pillars has already got past FIFA and is now on his way as well then. And goodness me then as well then, so I'm not sure what happened there as Wilson there has got away then as well. It's very difficult stuff indeed as we come out of turn number 12, I think it is. We got Pillars is off the track. Oh no, he hasn't damaged the nose cone, but he is facing the wrong way. Oh, safety car again. We've had 3 safety cars even before half distance there, and Pillars dropping right down to the back of the field. I'm not sure what happened there with Pillars, but Pillars is a very his overtaking skill is incredible, isn't it? Tormar also is getting a penalty there for Nornio flight into the pits. There comes Murphy is in the pits as well. We've got a lot of pit action there, and Murphy, they're having to change the nose code on that Mercedes there. So problems there for Murphy then. We also got Pillars in the pits, so they're going to have to change the right. Well, we've got a bad angle here. Murphy's going on the pits now as well. They didn't change the nose cone, that was way too quick. And Ferrari are usually not infamous for their pit stops, are they? Oh, that's striking either. Shane has to change the nose then after he veered into the right-hand side of the start straight wall, didn't he? That was horrific, wasn't it? And now then Shane comes out of the pits as well. So we got 3 in the top 4 in this race. Well, sorry, they're 3 in the top 4 position in this race. It's now 14th, 15th and 16th position as I've got a big old fly on Jake Wilson's helmet there as well. Shoo fly, shoo. Anyway then, yes, so we got another safety car, and hopefully it'll be a short run again, but goodness me, that I wonder if Wilson misjudged that first safety car start, because he was almost on the gearbox, wasn't he, of Bert Mylander, which probably wrong-footed him as well, as Potato is now in second position with Gurman up in the third. Then Andre lost the position in fourth position. Gosen, who was not feeling too happy after qualifying, is having a fifth. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Itchy is 6, Equals in 7th position, Bloomstar in 8th position, and Tormar also, we're going to have to ignore him for the minute because I don't think he's in the race. 10th is V. Todd, 11th is Paynes, FIFA in 12th, and Sarah's Mercer in 13th position as well. The top 3 in the World Championship is actually 13th, 14th and 15th at this stage of proceedings as well. And now then, we're just on board with Wilson, and I was hoping the safety car would be released of them now, but unfortunately no, that's not the case. So we've got another lap behind the safety car, and so we just got another lap then, just to get ourselves going then as well then. Just having a look then, Gio saying the best commentator ever. Thank you, Gio, love it. We've also got Ghost there saying stop making safety cars, we shouldn't have this one because he just spun there. Yeah, I know, I think we had a safety car from Pillars facing the wrong way, I think, didn't they? Yeah, that was really weird safety car indeed that we should have had this. I think that there's sometimes we need a safety car, and in that time we did it. From my point of view, I love another safety car because it's more drama, but of course the drivers just want a nice easy run, don't they, to the flag, as well, some do, probably others don't know. So Wilson there once again then is the safety car is probably prolonging his life on the medium tyres, and that potentially might help him as well. And same for Gurman as well. So I think the safety car is helping a lot of drivers and it's hindering everyone else. And for example, Ghost Recon is not a happy bunny there, is he, in 5th position? And so we've got another safety car as well, as I think Ghost was trying to make hay whilst the sun shine. He's got the freshest tyres of the top 5 moment. He's only done 3 laps and he's on the medium tyres as well, and so he is going to take off like a scalded cat, isn't he, at the end of this safety car period? I have no doubt about that. Also coming out from Murphy and Pillars and Shane as well, all on the fresh shod medium tyres, apart from Shane who's on hard, until the end of this race as well then. Usually it's around about now that we get the safety car coming, and there it is again then, and I'm getting really good at that. I think 17 then. As Diggers is saying, then come on, Equals, you could potentially get a podium, maybe even a top 5 on your debut. Well, he's sitting very good in the 7th position, Monet. So in the 3 laps on those hard tires, says, I wonder if he might go straight to the end now on the hard tires. Potentially. So, another safety car. The first safety car didn't help Shane toward it. With Murphy and Pillars has now got a bit more work to do, haven't they? Down in 14th and 50th position while we are back racing then. As Wilson, is he getting himself enough time as well? This time he's gone, hasn't he? He's gone much earlier, Wilson has. And that's a better restart and very much more cruelly collected there. And now Potato then is gaining as he's going on the inside of Gervin. Going into, Potato, I should say, going into turn 1 as well. Goes also all of the back as well. Just take a look then. It's, oh, goodness me, Vital size through the inside of Tom Rosso as well. Murphy and Pillars there are 14th and 50th this round. We're on board then with Murphy, the championship leader, as he got a lot of cars in between himself and the rostrum at least. Well, he's got a couple of positions between himself and the points there, and I think that surely Murphy was probably still aiming for a podium position once they after qualifying. Well, it's completely gone on his head, hasn't it? Sarah's Merchant there just getting by Toro Rosso as well. That just confirms that Toro Rosso is not in this race, is he, unfortunately? Just saying that then this is usually where the action is at the moment, isn't it? In the back of the field there. We haven't overtaken opportunities just yet. Lovely stuff indeed there. FIFA is 6 tenths of a second away from Payne, who is 3 tenths of a second away from Vital as well. He's just gone to the grass there, isn't he? It's a very difficult straight. It's a kinky kink, isn't it, of a straight as well. They come into 12 as well. As Serious Merchant's got the man who he was. Oh, who is that off the track then? And that is a Vital then. He's got off the track. And goodness me, then I'm not sure if we've got the power or what, and he's just come out in front of Shane then. And Shane then is going to use the momentum then. And Vital, I don't think it's damaged the car, has he? So he's on his way then. Serious Mushroom has got up in the 10th position. What about Murphy? Murphy is also Simon his way through. Oh my goodness me. He's going to go back around or back on board of Murphy as FIFA is just in front right there. So coming through the first part of the course then as well. Shane is going in front of Vital and up into Andre is out of this race and he's in the wall. Andre is in the wall then, and his incredible start to silver here in Holland has gone to it's come to nothing. Oh my goodness me. And a virtual safety car now as well. What a shame for Andre. He was on course for an absolutely fantastic race and he is out of the Dutch Grand Prix. I wasn't expecting that. He hadn't come to the pits yet. He was in a golden opportunity for some major points yesterday as well. Andre out of the race. He's left the session. We're down to 14 runners then here in Holland as well. We didn't see what happened as well. Gio has gone no, and absolutely depressing, isn't it, for Andre, as Gio's also left the session as well. I think he was supporting his teammate just on board. Then we went for that first 6 guards coming. Look at the top 3. It's Wilson, it's Potato, and it's German there. And the 3 cars there flying almost stern. And we're back racing here in Holland. Oh, German has gone up and under. Look at this, side by side. It's a drag race there coming into turn 1. Wilson's also there as well. There's Diazman there. Oh my goodness, there's 3 first going into turn 1. And Potato leads the Dutch Grand Prix, but German's going up and under there side by side. Look at this, who is it going to be? It's Potato who is now leading this race. And German in second position, locks up the inside front there as well then. And FIFA Beefy just dropped down 2 positions as well. Oh my goodness me! And they have gone side by side. There's damage. German and Potato come to blows. They are still going wheel to wheel. Oh my goodness me. I think German has damaged the car. He has damaged the car. It's very narrow around there, isn't it? But German is trying to keep in there, but I think that the understeer there is going to be very difficult indeed, isn't it? Oh gosh, as Andre said, he hates his circuit, and I think a lot of drivers might be with him on that front. And look at this head as well, so it's going to go at the inside. He has DRS, but so does German as well. But German has a lot of understeer now to that wing. He's going to go on the outside then. German looks at the inside again, but Wilson is fighting on the outside. German is not giving up there. Wilson, oh my goodness me, there's contact there. And now we've got Ghost who's now going to go up the inside as well. Incredible stuff here in the Dutch Grand Prix as well. Now Patel is just pulled away then, and it was getting very feisty. And oh my goodness me, oh my goodness me, now it's there drafted then. German is not going to the pits, and Ghost over the 4th position, and once again we go into a drag race going into turn 1. Go Wilson on the inside. German has been spun. German has been spun, and yellow flag in sector 1. Jake Wilson over the second position, third is Mitchie. German's dropped all the way down to 14th and last in this race. And what a shame there. 3 into 1, don't go there, does it? And now Wilson is going after the fender, but Ghost, oh my goodness me, is now on the outside, goes itchy. This is incredible. incredible bravery, isn't it? Oh my goodness me, they're just figuring out the positions, aren't they? And Ghost is all over the back of Itchy as well. Of course, that was Ghost's former car last season, wasn't it? There's going to be no team honours here tonight, though. It's like, my goodness gracious me, that is incredible. Potato's now 1.5 seconds up the road then from these guys, as we got a bit of a train for a bit of a conga line, haven't we? Behind Wilson then, but Wilson has started to stretch his legs there, with Itchy really defending on the back of Ghost as well. We've also got a conga between Paynes, Serious Mushroom, Murphy and Pillars as well. And Murphy is down the order. Murphy's gone down the order, down at turn 11 there, and I'm not sure what's going there, but Murphy is coming across there, and that is not good at all for the championship leader, is it? And they're coming through then to complete lap number 19 then, and they're now starting to stay away from each other at the moment then. Oh, goodness me, I'm glad they are, because I've got to say, I was running out of hot air there, which is... Oh, Shane is on the inside, then he passes FIFA, and he goes there. So Troy has left the session there, and, which is on his debut trial. He was unfortunately lost the back end, didn't he, out turn 14, and Gurman is out of the race then. Murphy is in the pits then. Serious Mushroom's in the pits as well. Murphy is having a horror show of a day, isn't he? And in sector 3 as well, and yellow flags there are fluttering for sector 3, as Gurman is out of the race. He has left the session. He's going to be absolutely destroyed with that, isn't he? With whatever happened there, well, with turn 1 definitely anyway, because we sit on stream, didn't we? 3 into 1 doesn't go, does it? And now then we've got Ghost out over the first position. We've got yellow flags there fluttering in 1 then. I think it's for Gurman's car. And now Itchy's down the 4th position. Equals, and they were talking in the comments, weren't they, about Equals being a underdog here, and at the moment he's doing a cracking job as he keeps his nose clean in the Renault, and now he's in 5th position. Lovely stuff indeed there, incredible stuff then. Gurman has just commented, what a joke, as I think that was the turn 1 incident, was there, as a 3 to 1 there. Of course we had 3 to 1 the lap before, didn't we? And then of course I think it was also the incident a lap before as well. Back on board of Equals as well, as at the moment, and as I'm stepping over my lines there, which is standard stuff really, isn't it? Standard stuff in ALR. 1.5 seconds separates Potato and Wilson at the moment. We got now we've got Ghost who's in 3rd position there, just trying to get back on the tail end there of Wilson. Both Wilson and Potato have done 14 laps there on those tyres, haven't they? And they're doing a good job really, and I think they're doing a cracking job out there. Really good stuff indeed there. Ghost in 3rd position, Itchy in 4th. We got Equals in 5th position as well. Shane is all over the back of Paynes at the moment, and Paynes on the medium tyres, but Shane has got the bit between his teeth, hasn't he? In the AlphaTauri at the moment as well, staying off that curb there. He doesn't want to go on the curb too much. I think otherwise he'll be going to the scene of the accident. Incredible stuff indeed that, as Milan said, this is a better race than yesterday. I gotta say, yesterday's race was fantastic as well, but yes, this has been incredible, hasn't it? There's been a lot of incidents though, and I think that there'll be a lot of incidents that will be reviewed after this one. I have no doubt about that. With Pillars down 10th position, Murphy down in 14th position, almost he's almost 23 seconds at least. So he's probably 24 or 5 seconds behind then the points at the moment. So Murphy did get a podium last time out, did he? And now he's not even on the course for points then. On lap 22, over after this, then Paynes is defending, but I think the Shader's going to stick to the race line. He does stick to the race line. He passes and moves up into 7th position. And Paynes dropped down into 8th position as well. Then it's his back all over the back of Ghost as well. Then as Ghost then seems to be in that in that dirt area, doesn't he? And he is struggling, and he is trying to get past Jake in this first part of the lap. This is a close battle track moment now. Wilson again doing a cracking job there. Tormo Rosso's in the pits, and Murphy is still last. Unfortunately, done 12 laps on those medium tyres. I'm not sure if I believe that or not then. As usually I do take that as gospel, but on this game we've had a lot of dodgy tyre information, haven't we? 1.6 seconds to go up is now. Potato is starting to stretch his legs, isn't he? He's not stretching them as much as what I expected he would be. So FIFA is passed, and now Paynes there is dropping down the because Pillars is on the inside. He passes him, and a Pillar looks like Paynes is recovering because Vitor is solid on the inside then, and is through and up into we've got a 3 second penalty there for Bloomstar then, and he is through and up into 10th position. Now Paynes, I wonder, he's made a mistake somewhere, I feel, as he lost a lot of momentum, didn't he? And now here's the top 5 then. That's a Ferrari having a look on the back of Wilson there. It was down to a 10th of a second now, wasn't it? But the straight is just too short at the moment, isn't it? You've got to be cool and composed, don't you, around here? And at the moment there, they just got to bide their time, and it's getting back. Oh, that's damage on the Williams there. Itchy has gone into the back of Ghost. I figured it's damaged the end plate, and that is not good at all, is it, for the Williams car? And Itchy's going to have some real bad understeer as well. Is this around the pit window for Itchy? He's only done 11 laps on those tyres. Can he get the mediums to the end? And from here, then it might be a stretch. He might have needed a couple laps more, I feel, perhaps. And as he's gone wide, then and now Equals, and he's just got to bide his time then, because he probably knows that Williams is now limping, is now wounded, doesn't he? So you just got to bide his time then and just. And he's through then, it's Itchy. Oh, Itchy's off the course! And I think I'm not sure if there's contact or he just got a bit too keen on that loud pedal, but either way, Itchy's dropping down the order then, isn't he? And yeah, he was having a good race in the third and fourth position. It's all gone wrong now, and he's also drifted off into the gravel as well. As just watching Pillars, he's got damage as well. Pillars has damage on the end plate of the Ferrari, and that is going to also hinder his performance, isn't it? In the latter stage of this race as well. Ghosten is now gaining, but it's again the straight is not long enough, is it? Shane is now all on the back of Bloomstar. Bloomstar on a quite good race as well, but Shane swoops on the outside. He is back over the fifth then, and I got to say, Kovlovsky, I wouldn't have predicted that because he was not looking in a very good place here, but now he's back over the fifth position. Incredible stuff indeed then. And now his next target is Equals, but I think that Equals is just keeping. Oh my goodness me! And look at this, he's weaving this way and that way. Wilson, of course, there's no blue flags there. He isn't a bride, sir, to let anyone through, is he? Wilson is, and of course, he is going to be battling. Of course, he's on a cracking race, and he is in second position there in the Alfa Romeo. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then Ghost is having an equally good race in third position as well. Good stuff indeed there for the Ferrari driver. And just a close battle on track. And then Murphy is still behind the Serious Mushroom. They're only 16 seconds away from the points now. Then Richard's coming to pits. The medium tires. He's back out in 13th position. Wow, then. And now then back on board then with Ghosten, and he is closer this time then, but I think Jake is doing a good job. He's just deploying all that overtake button on the straight up, but I think it's not going to be enough this time because Ghosten alongside Wilson, he takes second position then, and now then Ghost has been released then, and let's see what he can do then in the fresh air there on the. We got rain here and there, Helen. Oh my goodness me. And now FIFA has passed Bloomstar as well. We have rain there, and I didn't expect this. And one of the drivers just threw me a curveball, but now we have rain here in the Netherlands. Oh goodness me then. So then now there's another curveball, isn't it? There's going to be thrown in the mix, and we're going to have the intermediate tyres, are we then? Oh goodness me. And how long is it going to be? We've got 11 laps to go in this race then. Oh dear, this is incredible stuff then. As the top two will surely play again, possible podium for Equals, even a win. As Equals is just he's just sitting there at the moment, isn't he, on the hard tyres. But I think that comment's made just before the rain starts spitting as well. Then, but potentially, if it doesn't rain too hard, then that isn't a fact. If they have to come in the pits, then of course this rain might not intensify, does it? Goodness gracious me, then as well. Then. As it's just on board then with Wilson then. He is 2.2 seconds away from New Potato. I don't think any of the guys who are at the front of the field are going to pit yet then, because they're going to wait for to see how long this rain is. Jeff then has a lot of information as well, and so I think that if it stopped raining, no, it's still spitting with rain out there. It is very light at the moment, and the track is not damp enough for the intermediate tyres then. Of course, those are groove tyres, but they're Pillars on the outside, Bloomstar on the inside. Bloomstar got a full of opposite lock there, and dropped down into 8th as well. So Pillars is now up into 7th position. Vital is also on the gearbox as well. Murphy is now 4/10 second back. That is the magical number, isn't it, really, to get an overtake? But I think that Serious Mush has got some pace there, hasn't he? And the racing points in the 11th position as well, as they're gaining on Paynes, who currently holds the final point scoring position. Equals is now on the back of Wilson, isn't he? And you can see the drops of rain are getting bigger, aren't they? Oh, goodness me, and now then this is where it's going to really be difficult, isn't it? Of course, you see the raindrops falling down, you don't know what to do you? It's going to make you nervous, it's going to make you on edge, isn't it? For the final stage of this race, there are 10 laps to go. Who is going to risk it and hanging out to dry? Or is it going to be too late and they're going to have to come into the pits as well? On the groove tyres we used to have between 98 and 2008, possibly you could stay out a lot longer on the dry tyres, but these slick tyres, there's no grooves in them at all then, which means there's no ward shifted, is there? So I feel that it's much more difficult to stay out on a wet track on the dry tyres these days, isn't it? Equals is a 5/10 of second away at the moment. Wilson at the moment now is still in front then. Now then is the infamous Pillars there is now in front of Bloomstar. Well, Vital just back and Paynes is in the pits then, and let's see what tyres are going to go on there. As we're on 27 then, this might be a roll of the dice for Paynes. He's not currently gets, well, he's got a point then. He's on intermediate tires then, and let's see then, as away he goes there. This is very much a roll of the dice for Tainson, but he has thrown away a point, hasn't he? So, but we'll find out if that is going to be a bold gamble or if it's going to be hero zero stuff now, isn't it? Royston Sears Mushroom, then we've got Murphy as well, who's out of the points as it stands. And currently then, who we got our first time winner in silver again? Well, currently we will. With Nude Potato as well then, as the Nude Potato's already won in bronze, and this would be his first race win in silver. Won it brilliant stuff indeed there, but you can't discount out Ghost Wilson, or as the comments mentioned as well, you can count out Equals as well, who's in fourth position. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And just take a look then is what Paint's clear on board at the moment. It's not wet enough for the intermediate tires out there. Look at the wash he's getting on front of the car. He is losing time, hand over fist, and Equals is through. He passes on the straight. And he is through up into front. He's on the podium in his debut there, and I got to say that he is very much gone under the radar. Hasn't he? He's not gone on the radar in terms of the comments there, but goodness me, in terms of the race there, he has been brilliant. Hasn't he? He has bought his time. He has picked and chose his heights, and he's now in the third position. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then absolutely fantastic, and just some as well. The fourth car, Eakins looking good for a podium. Come on, Shane and Itch as well. Shane is out in the fifth position. He's only a second away from Wilson. Wilson's at 12 laps on his medium tires and is praying that this weather comes in there and it really lashes down so we can get some intermediate tyres on that car there as well. Murphy there is just in the background, so Murphy not in the points at the moment there. Here's the race leader. There's second position goes to, is now starting to eat into that lead slightly, and now then his Equals is also now just pulling away from Wilson in the background as well. Shane has got a FIFA beefy for company as well, but I think that this battle here is going to be causing our attention at the moment, and we've also got Murphy and Sears Mushroom who are 17 seconds away from this battle. Currently then at the moment, and the rain is coming down there, but it's not enough then. It is, I don't think it's not enough for us at the moment for the for intermediate tires. Paint has shown us, unfortunately, he is 18 seconds behind his teammate, and that might be a gamble too far there for the Williams driver set. So I think Paint is a good measuring stick, which he probably didn't want to be, did he? Now back on board Boomstar, so starting to lose a lot of positions there. Those hard tires been on for 20 laps there. Potato's been on the hard tires for 22 laps. So they go to the end. Goodness me, they're going to be limping to the end, aren't they? Murphy there's 5/10 of a second away again, and there's that start finish stretch just too short, isn't it, for Dan Murphy? And he's still out of the points at the moment there, isn't it? So it's not looking good, is it, from the championship leader? And Infamous Pillars is 4 seconds back, but he's damaged the wing now, and there he is, just in front of us as well, and he is not pulling away anymore with Pillars, is it? So he's strung down in 7th position now. 29 out of 36. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed then. And just on board there as well. The rain is getting heavier, but I don't think it's heavy enough there for those intermediate tyres just yet then. I'm just taking a look. Samish just said then, Samish just said that Paint shouldn't have gone the intermediate tyres. He's just lost 2 seconds on them. He's just lost, he's lost about 10 seconds. Into the pits comes Wilson, and he's done 23 laps, hasn't he, on those medium tyres. What tyres are going on? He's on the soft tyres, and so Wilson is not looking at the weather, is he? He's looking at the track conditions. Be on the right tyre at the right time. That is the golden rule in Formula 1, isn't it? He's coming out of the pits now, and he's out in front of these two as well. And that just shows how far behind Mushroom and Dan is as well. And these two were first, second in the championship until last week. And Lewis Murphy's going up the outside. I don't know. It's Mushroom on the inside, and Murphy's going on the outside. It's Mushroom going left. Oh my goodness, that's a fantastic manoeuvre. Murphy is up in the 10th position there, and yes, he is back in the points, Murphy. That's a great move there. A bold move from the championship leader, and potentially might be a huge factor in the later stages of the World Championship. Of course, we do not know at this stage, do we? We've got 22 races this season, the longest race season ever in ALR history. Brilliant stuff indeed. That as Diggs saying, Ghost Recon's tyres are currently 18 laps old at the moment now, and Wilson's tyres are currently he's on soft tyres going to the end, I believe, and as long as this rain doesn't get any worse, but of course they're going to have to play it very gingerly out there, aren't they? VTOL is 3 times the second way. This is the closest been to Bloomstar then, and the rain is getting heavier. I reckon that we might have intermediate tyres on the last couple of laps here, and VTOL is straight up in this 7th position, and he is past Bloomstar. Bloomstar is back down to 8th position as well. Wilson is on soft tyres. He's going to have the best shod tyres out there stage of proceedings, isn't it? So Oh, so of course that he's going to be gaining on them. Handover first, he's gained 5 tenths of a second on the back straight alone there, on board of Bloom Stars. Making this debut, there's been a lot of good debuts here tonight, isn't there? He crowds up in the third position. Lovely 17. Troy had some pace as well, didn't they? Really good 17. We also had a debut on as well for Gio, who unfortunately got disqualified after trying to recover back onto the course. And so unfortunately, the club match is coming a bit brutal on that front, can it? So there's Pains there as well, then, as he's being that then the intermediate target gamble is really not working at all, is it? And there it says now there's Diggy, Diggis is digging this, isn't he? He is now cheering on equals. Who is 2.6 seconds away at the moment there from Ghost, who is 2.3 seconds away from Patel. He has got the fresher of the tyres, hasn't he, in terms of life? He's got 12 lap out hard tyres, 12 lap out medium tyres for Ghost, and 25 lap out tyres for Patel. This is going to get very nip and tuck in the final stages of the Dutch Grand Prix. Who is going to win the Dutch Grand Prix? I have no idea. It's going to be fantastic stuff indeed. He's in full beast mode now as he is gaining the time. He's lost 3 tenths in the first sector, but I'm sure he'll make that back up in just a few more time. Pains is back in the pits. He's on the soft tires. Bloom Star is now can see that Alfa Romeo in his wing mirrors now. It's down to 3.7 seconds there. Let's see how much time Wilson can make up in the final 3 laps of this as well. And look at this, it's now under 2 seconds. Ghost can now see the Renault driver in his rear mirrors. It's a great performance there for the debutant. Fantastic. Lewis Hamilton-esque, isn't it? Jacques Villeneuve-esque performance here from Equals, and he is now on course and for rostrum place at the moment. Shane is just behind him as well. Shane, we'll keep an eye on what Shane's time is at the moment. It's 1.5 seconds to go. Yellow flag. Pains is out of the race then, and we're down to 12 cars then in the Dutch Grand Prix as well, and he's gone off into the very long right-hander as well, as we're going to have a virtual safety car to end this race off. Indeed, I'm just taking a look. I think his car should be moved then, and I hope not, to be honest, because I'm actually loving the end of this race. This has been brilliant, hasn't it? So the rain then, I think, is easing off at the moment there, isn't it? So so I think that, this is, so I don't think we're going to get intermediate tires unless it's very much on the cusp, and there's still no spray out there at the moment. Bloom Stars in the pits, he's done 24 laps on those hard tires. He's coming to the pits as well. Murphy is his teammate who's coming down the pit straight as well. And we've also got Serious Mushroom, who's very much on the... Oh, we've got issues off he's in the wall as well. Turn number he's oh gosh, and he's in the wall there, and that's it, turn number 14, I believe it is. 1.9 seconds, and Ghost has got down to 1.9 seconds. Oh my goodness me, the tail's off the track there. He's made a huge mistake. I don't think it's damaged the car. But he hasn't damaged the car. Gone the loud pedal. There's a lot of torque on these cars, isn't it? He hasn't damaged the car somehow. Goodness me, they make him strong over in the fashion world of AlphaTauri, don't they? But Ghost is in DRS race now as well. Oh my goodness me, this is incredible stuff, isn't it? And we're on 3 laps to go in this race. 3 laps to go. The Dutch Grand Prix then. Sam was very surprised for that as well. Out of final turn, and Ghost has got DRS, has he? No, he hasn't. I'm surprised he hasn't got DRS. I thought he would have had DRS coming down to turn 1 then. Now Patel needs to settle himself and get back on it. Equals as well, less than 2 seconds back as well. Shane is a second and a half away from Equals as well. FIFA in 5th. Fantastic. Renault doing a great job. Yellow flag there is becoming very perilous in the final corner, isn't it? And Murphy is now not finished well. As Itches has left the session as well. Both Williams is out of the race. What a shame then. On board then is Ghost is going for the lead there with half a second separates him and Potato. This is incredible. Just like last time, we're on a battle for lead, but it's going to be a short battle this time, and not an elongated battle. This is brilliant stuff indeed. Then as Diggis is asking, how is Ghost keeping the car on the track? 22 laps on the medium tyres. That's absolutely incredible, isn't it? John saying his tyres has definitely had it, haven't they? And now then we've also got Vital, who's also all over the back of pillars as well. This is going to be a fantastic, and it's a hats off to Ghost there for 22 laps on those medium tyres. It's brilliant. 27 laps there on those tyres there for Potato as well. As Equals has had an issue there. He has dropped to 2 seconds back then with Shane. It's now now a Bond behind him as well. Into lap 35 at a Ghost there in a squirrely moment. He has DRS and there is it. And they come across the line. 35 out of 36. Bloomstar is back past Murphy. Murphy down into 10th position then as well. Shane is in front of Equals. And Equals has dropped down to 4th position. I think Equals must have had a moment somewhere. As there is a 1.5 second deficit. VTOL is past Pillars. And Pillars is trying to come back on the inside. Oh my goodness me. But VTOL there. 7 on the low pedal. But Vinford's Pillars there. But VTOL. And oh my goodness me. And Pillars there is still in 6th position as well. VTOL down into 7th as well. Back for the lead then. 35 out of 36. We've had 2 doozies of a race, haven't we, here in gold and now in silver as well. It's been absolutely incredible stuff. Oh, it really has indeed. I've given myself indigestion. Incredible. Now as Ghost Recon then is currently dropping back there. He is at 1.1 seconds away at the moment, and VTOL is less. Oh, look at this! Look at that! Then I think I've seen spray coming off of those tyres as well. And I've got to say, we're very much on the limit of intermediate tyres, haven't we? As the track is getting wetter and wetter. Look at how much slower they're going now. Then, and the Shane is 3 seconds away from Ghost. Ghost is having an incredible race, isn't he? As now, what is he going to be? He's got to go for the win, hasn't he, Ghost, or is he going to go for second position? Well, he's out of DRS once again. As Potato has found his footing, I think. Then remember, he is the bronze champion, Potato, so he's been in this situation a lot of times in bronze. Silver is a bit of a new experience for him as well. Lap 46 out of 36 then as well. And Shane then is now got in front of Equals there. Equals has dropped down into 4th position now as well. We have got VTOL then who's gaining on Pillars as well. Ghost is incredible in the first sector, isn't he? And now VTOL didn't have a look, but if Pillars shuts the door. Jake Wilson's also on the back as well. We got 11 cars remaining, and a look at Ghost. Oh, he had a squirrely moment. I thought he had it there. The man has been incredible in this race. We're on the follow-up, and we're on the follow-up of this incredible race. And Shane is 3.3 seconds away. Then goes down a bit of a squirrely moment. There is Potato. He has gone wide. Wilson has passed. He has passed the top then, and moved up into 7th position. Wilson, lovely stuff with it. Back to the lead then at the moment. It is Potato. It is Ghost. There's a 3-second deficit at the moment. This is incredible. Who is going to win then? The Dutch Grand Prix DRS, and they can hardly put the throttle down on these incredibly high torque cars. And they're into 11 and 12 now. Oh my goodness me. Who is going to win then? Their first ever silver race. And we're going to have a first time silver race winner in less than a couple of quarters time then. And oh, look at Potato. He's struggling to keep the car down then. I think if Ghost had one more lap, he would definitely try it into turn 1. They come out of 40 as well. And they're 4 into the final turn then. Oh, Ghost, he's going for it. Ghost, he goes for it. Ghost wins the Dutch Grand Prix by 42 hundredths of a second. Fantastic racing indeed. Ghost wins his first ever silver Grand Prix. Equals in 5th position on his debut. Fantastic. FIFA 4th. Shane in 5th. Wilson 6th. Pillars of 7th. VTOL is in the wall. And Bloomstar is going to be 8th. 9th is Murphy. And Serious Mushroom is going to be 10th. But Ghost Recon wins the Dutch Grand Prix. Absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is absolutely incredible. And Ghost then, after the commenter qualifying where he feels he don't belong in silver, driver of the day, race winner as well, with 42 hundredths of a second. What a finish. As Emerson says, what a race. Absolutely incredible stuff. Ooh. I know I've got to lie down. Wow, I got to say, if we ever have another race like ALR like that again, then oh my goodness, I am absolutely knackered. What an incredible race that was. That was brilliant stuff indeed then. I am absolutely in awe. And Ghost said he finally wins her. He has, I've got to say, he's had a very good pace, hasn't he? But he finally wins it here in the Dutch Grand Prix for 11th on the grid to win the first ever Dutch Grand Prix in silver. 42 hundredths of a second. And as we said, he needed one more lap. No, he didn't. He needed one more corner. Ghost wins then his first race. And brilliant so indeed. Potato in second. He qualifies in third position. Lovely stuff there on his debut. Great drive. FIFA in 4th. Shane in 5th. Wilson 6th. Pillar 7th. Bloomstar 8th. Murphy in 9th. And Mushroom in 10th position. Retirements V. Todd. Torma Rosso. Itchy. Payne's good. It really was then indeed then. As well in the races, some brilliant stuff from all these guys up and down the order. It was absolutely incredible, wasn't it? And yeah, so yeah, we're just waiting to get some guys in here, and then we'll be getting going as well. I think Ghost has just joined me in the gantry now as well. Ghost, I gotta say, after qualifying, you sounded that you wasn't really enjoying silver, but my goodness me, the closest race win ever in ALR. Oh, I don't know what to say. Wow, sum that up for me, please.
Yeah, sorry if I'm out of breath. I was really holding on towards the end. I think what it really came down to was a really great strategy. I put on, like, I was starting off the softs and I went to the hards, and looking how long the mediums could last, I decided to switch on them, and I just held it on to the end. I was really hoping for a safety car, but hey, it worked out in the end. I'm just very pleased.
I gotta say, those medium tires, that was on the car for 22 odd laps, maybe even longer. How did you do that? Because I thought they would have been well gone by then.
I was just early shifting around the corners. I was just trying to take it easy on the tires, because towards the end I was at 74%, which was 1% away from the puncture zone, and all I knew was like I knew I was in the top two. All I just kept saying was just take care of the tires, don't push, take care of the tires.
And my goodness me, you definitely did that. Brilliant stuff. Congratulations, Ghost. I gotta say, that's the best race that I have ever commentated on officially. Love it. And what a race win as well. And hopefully you can have some more races like that. Brilliant stuff indeed, Ghost. Congratulations.
Thank you. First career wins.
Hopefully the first of many as well. New Potatoes had a couple of career wins in ALR, but unfortunately you lost this one by 42 hundredths of a second, Potato. Goodness me, that was going right down to the wire. I was we caught it on commentary as well. Yeah, I think since you made that mistake, the battle that really enabled Ghost, didn't he, to really swoop in towards the end then, because the gap was hovering around the 2 second mark, wasn't it? So that was really unfortunate there, wasn't it? But overall, what. And I've got to say, that was your joint best race finish then, so the win surely has to come soon. Well, you were very close today. Congratulations, Potato, as well. And I think that's it for the party chat here tonight. I think it is indeed. Then I've got to say those two men was absolutely brilliant today. Was they action packed all the way through? Indeed. Then thank you all for joining us tonight. We've got one more race to go. And that is bronze tomorrow night. Same time as tonight, of course. And we've had 3 different winners in the first 3 races. And we're going to get a 4th different winner come tomorrow night. You'll have to join us to find out. See you then. Goodbye.